Gremlins, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Gremlin Gazette podcast. I am joined today with none other than eMantheman. You guys are piling in, ready to ask some questions here. We got some good topics to cover. We're gonna see how long this one goes, but eMan, I'm gonna pass it over to you, man. And for people who are new to the podcast or new to the channel and whatnot, why don't you just give a quick intro about yourself? What got you into Foxhole, and what got you into making content for YouTube and Twitch?
Yeah, I make some videos on YouTube. Sometimes I stream. But before I was doing videos for Foxhole, I was doing videos for Rust. So that's how I actually started making content. Was on Rust. Be big on Rust. But then it got a bit tiresome. And then I found Foxhole. How did I find Foxhole? Oh, yeah. So the way I found Foxhole was I actually played it long ago when it was free to play. It was like on a test phase. So I played it then with a mate of mine from school. We really enjoyed it. And then the game launched. It became purchasable, so no more free to play. So we never played it. And then I got tired of Rust. And then I thought about what was that game that we really enjoyed. So then we went back and we checked it out. We purchased it. I played it for the first time ever, and I hated it. It was I don't know what to do. I don't know like where I must go. I went to a place that was fully queued because that looked like where all the action was. I'm like, screw this, I'm not waiting in queue. And then I never touched it again for another year, where I had some free time because I had just been unemployed. So I was like, you know what, let me try out some new games. I was like, you know what, I purchased this game, never gave it a good test, let me try it out. So me and a friend of mine, Timmy, we decided to give it a proper test. And we started day one, first day of the war. The war had just started. And yeah, we loved it. We loved like the whole logi system. Like every player is like one guy, And yeah, we just picked it up from there. At this time I wasn't making content for Foxhole yet. I was still doing Rust. And then eventually I started. Oh, no. So I started doing content for Foxhole after I became friends with Creepy Banana.
Oh, okay.
Creepy was like, hey, I see you make some videos for us. Why don't you give it a try on Foxhole? I'm like, all right, let me give it a try. And then, yeah, I've been making some videos here and there. I am a very slow uploader, though. I don't know if you've noticed.
Your story though is pretty similar to mine, because I also like gave Foxhole a try and then dropped it after like not understanding anything about it and not being able to understand the mechanics, but came back to it later with a few friends IRL that were playing, and one of them were also like, you should definitely do like content on Foxhole. So that's funny. I didn't realize like your story would be so similar to that, but nah, it's also just hard to like get good footage of the game when like so many things could go wrong, dude, especially when you're doing ops and stuff.
True.
But yeah. Oh my god, you gotta be quick on your feet. Sorry, I was just having a quick sip. Well, cool. So then Creepy Banana kind of like helped springboard you, and then you started on YouTube, right? You didn't just do Twitch streams.
So I think I did a little bit of both. I used to stream. I tried streaming out long ago. Like this was in 2017. I was streaming a little bit here and there. I really wanted to do YouTube or streaming content creation for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it a shot. I was doing a little bit of streaming before I did YouTube, and then I did YouTube. If you go on my channel, There's actually like all the videos. I've never like removed them. There's a video of me doing Left 4 Dead. There's a video of me doing like a stream. Yeah, so I did a stream highlight reel. I was playing like CS:GO and all these other games. But yeah, I was trying out different things. Never really stuck to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, I think of going back to Rust.
Dude,
But
same.
I'm so slow. Did you play Rust?
I played a lot of dude before Foxhole. Rust was my #1 most played game. Not a lot of
Dude,
hours,
same.
but
Same.
it's
It used to be my most played, and then now it's
yeah.
Foxhole.
I think everyone has every YouTuber's kind of got like another content creator that's kind of their inspiration, and I feel like oh god, there was
Wait,
like
let me guess. Let me try guess. Because I saw a video and you used this one sound effect. I'm like, this sounds like a Stimpy video.
oh my god, yeah, dude,
Is it
yeah,
Stimpy?
yes. I really
Nice.
do like
Nice.
Stimpy's style because it's so fucking goofy and over the top. And I take a little bit of inspiration too from Psychic Pebbles. I don't know if you ever watched like
No, I
Hellbenders and
don't
all
know.
that. Smiling Friends, you don't know that?
No.
No. All right. Well, some people in chat I'm sure do. The art style of Smiling Friends is kind of like the art style of my thumbnails, or at least some of the drawings I do.
All right.
So I take some inspiration from both of those, but like Beef Lord, I see a lot of like General Sam. I don't know if you're familiar with him. In
Heard of him, but never.
yeah, he did a little bit of Rust
General
videos.
Sam? Oh, he does like he some of his videos he like speaks into the mic, right?
Yeah.
Is that General Sam?
He's the one that feeds his brother like fucked up food and watches him puke.
Okay,
Like
wait, no, I
no,
don't
he's
know
like I'm lost. There's no way.
Let me see this General
But
Sam.
would you say there's a content
Okay,
creator that's
no.
like an inspiration for you, or like there's a style that kind of like because you're like your thumbnails, I really like them. They're unique, and also just the style of videos that you do. I've never seen it before, so I didn't know if there was an inspiration behind that.
I don't know if there's inspiration. I guess I mean I watch a lot of Stimpy videos as well,
Of course, yeah.
but I guess it's just a mix. If you check out like obviously no one's gonna go through all my videos, but it like there's a lot of it's different. Like if you look at a video, the first not the first like first Rust video that I did,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see it's very different to what I do now. So right now I try to do very fast paced, like 4-minute video, and it's always like something, an image coming up or cuts coming up. So you don't see a lot of my gameplay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've noticed. You see a lot of like memes and images, and you
Yeah,
see a lot of
meme
like
edit. Mm-hmm.
yeah. You don't see a lot of my gameplay because I don't know. It's just the way that I do the video,
Yeah.
cut out. I feel like sometimes people lose interest when it's just gameplay. Unless the gameplay is like really interesting. Say now if you're gonna destroy a super heavy tank, right?
Yep.
You like partisaning super heavy tank. People will watch that, right? Because it's very interesting. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get that chance to kill a super heavy tank. Like I'm not gonna spend a whole war trying to kill one super heavy tank, you know?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I've seen like it looking back at some of the more popular videos that I've posted, it's always been like naval invasions or something white whale related. And I'm kind of fucked now because we don't have the white whale, and it's expensive as shit to do any like sort of landing.
Dude,
And
true.
I've
That's
already
true.
boycotted all the big ships personally. Like I'm not playing with any of that content, so I'm just like cool. So I've effectively like kneecapped myself. Unless like please Dubs, please put the white whale back in. Like please, there's no reason to leave it out. Like we'll still use the
Oh
long hook, I
yeah,
swear.
because it changed. I forgot. I
Yeah.
remember you did. I saw the one where you did the landing. How did you even organize that? That's crazy, dude. Like I've been trying to organize clan related stuff, but it's so time consuming. You have to be like you have to recruit, then you have to organize the stuff, and then people aren't always online,
Yeah.
and then doesn't work sometimes.
I think it's because I started really early before I even like properly grew within the like Foxhole community. I was doing it like in some of my earlier videos. I think I don't know, last year, probably around like January. I don't remember. I'd have to look back and see when my first white whale video was, but I know for a fact I didn't have like regiment. That was I think it might have been before I made my regiment. So I was basically I was just in like world chat being like, hey guys, I literally, this is one of the videos. It was the conclave video. I built the white whale. I stocked it from all the shit that I gathered throughout that week, and I was like, hey guys, in world chat, I got a white whale. I'm gonna do a landing. Anybody want to join? And you'd have some people be like, fucking waste of time, I'm not gonna do that. But then you've got the memers, and those are the people, the community I love. They're like, oh fuck yeah, like we're gonna do a white whale. It's probably gonna fail, but like let's do it. So a bunch of new people, but also vets too, they all came. And like I learned, I think at that point you need at least 10 people in a squad before you can do a landing in order for it to show up on the map. I was like, oh, I had no idea that was a thing. I'm like, thank you. But no, we made it there. We landed. I think Pink stole a BT because some French guy decided to throw it off a fucking cliff, and trap it in a pipe. It was crazy, but I just went with it. Like I didn't really care how big the landing was gonna be. If I just advertised it, people would show up. So, and it just snowballed from there.
Oh no, dude, I'm glad it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really had I don't know, courage to try it, because there's a lot of stigma when something bad, like you do an op,
Yep.
and then it goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Reddit, boom, and everyone knows the clan name that did it and how it failed and how they sucked. So I think a lot of people are very I don't know, they're very dissuaded from trying ops because they don't want to fail. But if you do it like you did, where you just wanted a meme, you didn't care, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that you have to look at it like that.
And that's I think there were several wars where I started like every op, we would always have like a quick meeting or like a little pep talk, and I'd be like, guys, we're not here to win, we're here to have fun. And that's like the whole goal in my whole philosophy with Foxhole. Like the videos I put up are always supposed to be memey and fun, not really like here's us winning against the wardens again, guys, common warden L. Like oh look, even though we're losing wars, like guys, we're winning, we're fucking winning. It's like such cope. I don't do shit like that. But I know what you mean about when you try doing some of these like serious ops and it ends up getting circulated. Like look at this fucking failure.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, and I get it. Like that's just part of the game, and I think that's just part of the community, just sharing in like the victories and defeats. But I look at even the defeats, like there's funny moments there. So I'll post it if I like fuck stuff up, or like if there was I think a 2-minute white whale video I did. We literally got like fucked at the beach because H Ward and other people showed up and they saw us. We left Jade Cove and they had a listening kit, so they saw us the entire time going up to Nevish. And we didn't know, so we thought there was like either an alt or a rat in the group. And finally I saw their video footage of it, and then I'm like, wow, we really just fucked that up. There was nothing we could do. But I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes, so I don't take it personally.
No, true. Yeah, you gotta look at it like you gotta have fun. That's what I try to do. Just enjoy.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
if like some wars, I don't know, you can't take it too personal. It's just a game at the end, Whatever happens, you gotta make sure that you're enjoying what you're doing.
Totally. Speaking of wars and taking it seriously, so War 111 right now, we're taking another L for the collies, but we've God, how long has it been now? 3 weeks since the war started? 2 weeks? I don't even know. But have you done any sort of like notable operations? Have you seen anything notable this war? I saw you and Creepy yesterday on the front line at Westgate. That was pretty funny. But were you guys just
yeah, you were there.
The push for it? Yeah. Sorry about that, by the way, dude. The Gremlins were just like, yo, let's go mess with E-Man and Creepy. I'm like, guys, leave them alone. They're just doing a push 40. Like, come on.
It did well, dude. The one time, I'm pretty sure, I think it was you. It must have been you because it was a half track. It was you. You were pushing from the east, and then we saw that, and we're like, oh shit, let's support them. And then your guys took trenches.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if it wasn't nighttime, we would be able to keep pushing. But then nighttime came, push back. But no, it was good.
Nice. Yeah,
Good.
we tried doing a like a public tank op, and I think all of our tanks died within the first 5 minutes. And
Oh, damn.
and I'm like, dude, I'm like, oh my god, of course. But I had like this one half track in Origin. I'm like, I don't know how long. Me personally, I think they're like paper mache. This thing's not gonna last. But yeah, it somehow lasted way longer than any of the tanks we had. But that was a good fight. That was a really good fight. I don't know how long you
Yeah,
were
it was
there
fun.
after I left, but
I wasn't there too long. What I saw is today we lost we lost that position, which kind
oh
of sucks. It's
shit.
kind of sad when you fight on a front and you feel like you're doing well, and then you log out, you log in, and then you've lost that front. But that's the thing. I think the main thing that makes you win a war is just the pop. Whoever has the most people
Mm-hmm.
present online, and it's just yeah, it just that's unfortunate. And if the pop is balanced, then it's whoever has the more experienced people.
Oh yeah.
It's
Whichever
not. I
side
don't
has the most
think.
votes.
I don't think it's a lot of people. A lot of people playing about balance. I don't think it's balance. You know, like oh, this weapon's too OP. This weapon won them the war. I don't think I've ever thought of that.
I personally think it's, and I'd be interested to hear what you think, but like every war where we lose, I've always seen like the storm cannon count. It's always higher for Warrens, and I'm like, this has to be like some sort of correlation. Like the number of storm cannons you have makes it so that you can hold ground better, and also like push into concrete easier. But we never really lean into it, except for this war. This war, I think we have more. But do you think that like the storm cannon count actually has an effect, or is that just another like no, it's just
I don't think.
skill?
I think personally, I think storm cannons are useless. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest, like the only thing I see storm cannons be used for is to kill another storm cannon.
Yeah.
That's like the only useful thing I've seen it. Because I remember once when I built a storm cannon, and we hardly could use it. The one time we used it, they had a little encampment, so we're wasting shells on a little encampment, or we were shooting shells at a relic base,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just built the relic base because our front wasn't there. So I don't know. I think storm cannons are very niche.
Mm-hmm.
Like unless the front is the specific range and area where your storm cannon can impact it. I don't know. I don't think storm cannons are that crazy, that useful.
Gotcha.
I've never, like I said, I've never seen one being used where you're like, oh shit, that won us the front.
Uh,
I've seen one where it's like, wow, this these four storm cannons killed the other five storm cannons, and now that's it. What are those four storm cannons gonna do?
yeah, I've seen some of them get used. Like last war in Tyne, they got we got kind of fucked over with that. Although it could have been a real storm cannon too. Now that I think about it, it wasn't just storm cannons themselves, but um, yeah, I mean, if you don't have people coordinating pushing, storm cannons can only do
Yeah,
can only do so much. I just think they're good at I think they're really good at just holding the ground you have and taking out some more of those like concrete fortresses. But man, I would love to see some more like infantry
maybe
support for that.
okay, storm cannons. Okay, maybe the railway storm cannon. Okay, maybe that.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking of the fixed ones, but the railway storm cannon. Okay, that's more useful because that can push up with the front, right?
yeah, totally. I've
That
yet
and
to use
yeah,
that. Have you used that?
I've never used it. No, I've
Too
seen it being
expensive.
used, but it looks crazy as well. You need like so many people, and then you end up just shooting concrete, and then you need to repair, and it's like a battle of who out repairs each other.
Yeah, totally. Um, I saw also like you were just talking about like we lost part of Westgate on Reddit. I saw on Reddit that people are calling it a low pop war because of the update. And I was gonna ask you, um, so they're gonna have an update coming out. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be next war. I think they said that
Should be
they
soon. Yeah, I've
yeah
also heard of.
soon. But what are you anticipating for next update? Or I guess what are you looking forward to in terms of the content or potential content, and then any quality of life updates?
I mean, quality of life. I don't
What's
know.
your
They always come up
top
with
three? Top three,
something.
because there's so many, dude. There's so fucking many.
I don't know. Hey, I never think of these things. I normally just accept them as they come.
Okay.
There's like, I don't know. People speak about the air update. I know it's not. That's probably a big update for later,
Mm-hmm.
but that's more like mm, people are talking about like flying. I think it'll be more of like an airstrike. You know, you call in airstrikes or you call in air supplies,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to fuel it just like a rocket, but except it's an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but that's obviously I think they'll add air eventually. But for this next update, what could they add? I don't know. Maybe just more something. I don't know, more variants.
More variants,
Something
yeah.
where yeah, like the armored cars. Maybe you like use it for something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But to be honest, I don't know. I normally don't have really that creative. Like when they added factory facilities, I was like, what? It was crazy. I never ever imagined that they would add that.
yeah, I'm not a big Factorial player, so I was like so confused when that shit came out. I
It was confusing at the start.
Yeah, I know they were talking about adding the submarine for collies, and they were talking about seeing, or they were talking about adding the destroyer for Warrens for next update, and then I don't know what
Oh,
quality of
really?
life. Yeah,
Already?
yeah, they're
All
working
right.
on getting both both types available. Me personally, I just want an update that's pure quality of life and like just fixes a lot of the common issues that people have brought up or I guess complained about. I don't mind new content, but it always feels like sometimes when new things get released, um, there's always something broken or like something not like 100% with it, so it ends up like affecting gameplay some way. I don't know if you feel the same way about that, but I think that yeah, if we had like it, because a lot of these updates to me they always look at these shiny new content we're dropping for you guys, and then like at the very end of the update it's like here's some small quality of life. It's like we got to reverse that. Like look at all these big fucking quality of life updates, guys. You guys are sick and tired of bayonets being unequipped when you enter a vehicle. We fix that shit. You want to be able to actually take out X amount, like custom amounts in a refinery instead of everything. We fucking added that shit. Like that's gonna bring world peace. I'm telling you.
I see. Yeah, I see what you. I think, to be honest, I think Siege Camp is very conservative. They change stuff, but it
Yeah.
takes forever to because they don't want to. I think they have like
Mhm.
a balance sheet or something, and they don't want to disturb that balance, and they're so scared that if they release something, it's gonna upset the balance.
Yeah.
They're very conservative when it comes like the trailer mechanic, and then the retrieval. I don't know if you saw that where you can retrieve like you used to be you can shift click or you can
Yeah.
click once, or
Hmm.
now you can right click and retrieve
A custom amount. Yeah. I think up to
custom.
15.
Yeah, and they next to it they have it saying experimental. Like I don't understand how that's gonna break the game. Why is it experimental? Why is it not just implemented? Like there's something behind it that they're scared of us abusing it. I don't know how someone would abuse that. Maybe I don't know.
I
It's just like the unstuck command. Also, they were scared of us abusing that.
wait. What?
Like
Oh, unstuck. You
yeah, it
okay?
used to
Yeah.
be only three. Used to be only three times per wall. Then they increased it to like nine because they said people would be abusing it, and then they added it because no one abused it. I don't know, but yeah,
But
they're very conservative with what they change. Very slow. Maybe they could up it a little bit. You know, they don't have to be so scared.
yeah, I there's some things that just don't make any sense. Like what you were talking about for. Well, you were talking more of like the quantities you can pull from storage. I'm thinking more of like the timer itself, because when you can actually see the time in the experimental
Oh
pull.
yeah.
I
That's pretty
Why
nice.
does it take 2 minutes to pull 15 crates? I like dude, for public logi, that's the biggest like ball buster for me because I'm just sitting here taking up this fucking pad. Some guy, some schmuck's trying to pull like a truck or something. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, like I got to do public logi because nobody else will. But or at the very
True,
least,
yeah.
I would love it if you could take stuff out of shipping containers, because right now, right, like if you put stuff in shipping containers, you can't take anything out. But like, why can't we take crates out from those shipping containers? Is there like a alt reason for that? I don't even know.
Why
Where
you can't deliver it straight to a front?
no,
I
no, no.
mean,
So like, why can't
there used to be the
you?
small one. Do you remember that?
No, I
There
don't
used to be
remember that.
the small. There used to be a small shipping container, and you used to be able to pull stuff out of it. It used to only have 40 crates.
Oh shit.
People would use that, go to the front, and then they removed it. I think I don't know. I guess it's just I don't know. It's a whole system that they have in mind. The whole shipping system,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to deliver the shipping crate to a storage, and then from the storage to the front. I don't know. It's a whole. I guess it's the vision, right? That everyone jokes about. The
The
devs have a
vision.
vision, but that's the thing. I think they're too controlling with the vision. Sometimes you just got to add stuff and see how it blossoms. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be a bit chaotic, and then you dial it down a bit. I think I don't know. Everyone's. I don't. I say this, but I understand. Everyone has their own system. Every game is different. Some games have been. Some games have died because they released too much and changed too much.
Oh yeah.
And they listen too much to the people. So yeah, I guess. But if you look at Rust, personally, I don't play it anymore. But they've added a lot of stuff. It's not the same game that it was when I first started playing it, but it's grown. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It's like super big, but at the same time, maybe that's not the goals of Siege Camp. They don't really want to grow Foxhole. They want to keep it how it is. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, Rust's development is it's so interesting, right? Because like I played that game back during Legacy. Did you play it during Legacy?
No,
Oh my god,
I've heard
dude.
of Legacy, but I never played it
The game was
Legacy.
so different. It was janky as fuck. Honestly, it was so clunky, but it just like they somehow captured that essence and charm of Rust and brought it into like the updated version, and they're still doing it now, which that's what I think of when I hear vision. But I think with like Foxhole, their idea of vision is just like we have our pillars, because they talk about the pillars that are important to them, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of players working together towards a common goal or whatever.
True.
Like that's a good vision, but like the things you add to that don't take away from that vision. It could enhance it or it could change it slightly, but if it's still being implemented in a way to like adhere to that vision, I like what you're saying, right? You shouldn't be afraid. And I don't think Face Punch, they're definitely not afraid to like
No,
add
no,
things.
they
And
they get shit on
oh yeah,
for their updates all the time.
yeah,
But they put it, if it's bad, then they remove it.
exactly. Or they again, they just, and maybe their team, I don't know how big their team is compared to Siege
That's
Camp.
also true. Yeah, that's something maybe we don't know. There's a lot of details, I guess,
The
we're
nuances.
not. Yeah, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff that we don't see behind the scenes.
Yeah. Um, but I'm with you, man. I feel like it's okay. I think that's the whole point of having maybe like a second shard consistently to add, like it's like a beta branch. You know, you just like add stuff and like play around with it. I know they use the dev branch to do that, and they only have it up for like a
Ah,
week.
that's also true.
But like
Yeah,
me personally, I don't know if people would agree or disagree, but I don't think you can really test something when you give it to the public for a week and then just tweak it every single day. You need to have it for like a month or two just to let people really see if there's ways to break it, whatever the content is or whatever the mechanic is. And like, because wars are also a month long, you would want to see how this would perform throughout the longevity of a war, right? Like you wouldn't just leave it in there for a
true.
week. But that's just me.
No, no, I agree. Yeah. And 1 week in a dev branch like is not the same as a whole month with a whole following, like a whole clan working towards a goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's totally different.
I'm not a QA tester, so I don't know what's proper, if it is a week or if a month is too long. But I just personally think if you want to test it in like a real, not a real setting, but like a almost 1-to-1 setting to a live branch, like have it in there for a month and see what people do. But yeah, I was also I saw stuff about like the spawn timer this war impacting the warrens. You were talking about like whichever side has more people has kind of like that upper hand. But the fucking spawn timer, dude. I immediately when you said that, like I would hate to be on that faction waiting 55 seconds for a fucking spawn. That's like hell to me. And I don't think that's fun at all. I don't know why they do it. I mentioned this, I think, in the previous Gremlin Gazette podcast with Rob. I was like, what if instead of a longer timer, it just consumed more soldier supplies if your faction was out popping the other? So like instead of a one soldier supply getting taken away when you die, it would be like 5 or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Because you would put more burden on Logi, and also it would just like eat up your shirts quicker at a point where like you can't do anything.
True. I see what I guess this. I see what you mean. Because right now, if you have longer spawn times, that's less shirts that you're actually using, right?
Yeah. Well, would you? Because you have more players.
Technically, the other team's respawning faster. Oh wait, but you have more players. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you have more players, so you're still taking more shirt. It's just you personally wouldn't be taking as many shirts.
I don't know. That would be a bit tough, especially with the logic queues already being bad. For logic to get in, and then you double the rate that you're losing shirts.
But that's the thing. Oh shit! Yeah, I totally forgot because the caps.
They can't get in as much.
Yeah. Fuck
that's
that.
one thing that they need to. The logic coming in, I don't know. They need like a transfer station at the borders or something.
Ooh.
Like the border base. You deliver stuff to the border base, and then someone picks it up from the border base and delivers it.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. So like kind of an automatic transfer.
Yeah. You deliver it into the border base, and then it transfers it over to the next region.
Oh my god, that actually would fix so many issues, dude. Holy cow! Because then you don't have to deal with the fucking queue issue, queue hole.
Yeah. You just deliver, boom, and then you go back. Yeah, you don't have to physically go because the truck transfers that hardly ever. Like people always say, "Oh, truck swap." I've never seen it happen. Yeah. I know once, there was a guy in my clan. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go do some truck swaps while we wait." No one wants to truck swap. They're like, "Oh no, I'm delivering this."
Well, yeah, because if you swap, then you don't get commends. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and then like maybe that person's like, "Oh no, I want to join the front, but I'm also delivering stuff." Which sometimes is frowned upon because people say you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to use your queue time to go back and forward and keep doing logi. But I don't know. Sometimes the queue system is a bit broken. I remember once I was in a queued area. I don't know if it was queued, but once I came out of that hex going back to get more logi, it told me that I had 15 minutes to get back. And then it said there was one person ahead of me. And then every time someone came out of the queued hex, my queue kept going up. Even though I was the first person, I was the first person there. It kept putting them in front of me. So it felt like it was broken.
Were you doing logi? You said?
Yeah, I was doing logi. I was like the first person out of the hex.
I had the same thing happen to me. I have no idea why that is. Yeah, that's weird.
And then like it feels like the next person that comes out of that queued hex, it puts them in front of you for some reason. Instead of putting them behind you, puts it in front of you. Yeah, that's happened. I was like, what? And then all of a sudden there was 10 people ahead of me. And I was like, and it correlated. As soon as someone came, as soon as a truck spawned, my queue would jump up. I was like, what? And I was like, no, why is it putting them in front of me? It's supposed to put them behind me, not in front of me.
Somebody knows something we know, dude. They're fucking around. I need to know their secrets.
Maybe they I don't know, maybe they got the system backwards or something. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes the devs have the wrong, a little piece of code is wrong and it fixes everything. You know? Not
Right.
the first time that's happened.
Yeah. I yeah, I for the for the spawn timer thing, man, I don't know
Yeah,
why they make it
that's
so fucking long, dude. I
they
understand
should
it's
have it a
for the
cap.
yeah.
Reduce the other guys' spawn time.
Yeah. I think I think it makes sense with like the limitations of the hexes, like the server issues and whatnot. So you need to have some form of limitations, and then obviously like balancing and making sure that it's more fair and not one side is like steamrolling the other. But like, there's other ways to
Yeah,
make it
true.
more enjoyable besides like we're gonna
Yeah,
just like
55 seconds is
yeah.
crazy.
I saw Kane Sidderit's video of like him logging out of game after dying, getting back in. I think he was able to get back in
Oh, I
5 seconds
saw that.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Like, why devs? If you could just get around it, like, come on. It's just like a fucking. It's like an easy way of just not easy way. It's like it's a cheap way of just like implementing a
Yeah.
change. But I'd be interested in seeing how that like fits in with the vision. Um, yeah, the other thing I saw, and I mentioned it to you before we went live, was like there've been like more discussions this war about like vets versus new players and like how the relationship between the two, especially for like folks that there's still a good amount of people from Charlie that are like, dude, I really don't like logging into Able and like being scared that I'm gonna play with like the quote unquote salty vet. I've had people in like my chat too bring it up too, where they're like, I'm new to the game and I'm scared to like do something wrong and get yelled at for it. But do you typically when you play Foxhole, do you typically just have a group that you run with? I know you have bros, right? Your regiment, but do you ever just like goon around with randoms on the front line, or do you do like
Oh yeah, I
backline
think that's
stuff?
the most fun. I think
Oh yeah.
that's when you get the best content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still I'm still editing a video from like last year, which are taking forever to edit.
How's that going?
I don't know, it take forever. It's going good. I could have had it done, but I don't know. I just put it off for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, that video is because I joined a group of randoms,
Okay.
and it actually turned out well. If I hadn't joined them, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always more fun. I think it's fun when you join randoms. You have no like you don't know what the hell is gonna happen. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
The worst is you're just gonna die. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw the meme of like listening to the salty vet yell at you versus the new player who wants to like do something fun or whatever. And I personally don't I don't have a preference versus one or the other, unless if obviously it's like a legitimate like armchair general. Then I'm like, oh dude, this is cringe. I'm not gonna do this. But like I don't know if you've run into this player like Broccolus in game, but
That name rings a bell. Yeah.
yeah, um, him and some other people who I'm sure they're all like experienced players, but I ran into them randomly on a front line last war, and we like stopped a warden invasion into Speaking Woods. We took out the border base with like tremolas. That was a lot of fun, and it was like 4 or 5 of us, just like doing random shit in their backline. But then again, like what you were saying, I've had fun with just like random people who may be newer, right? Like just messing around on the front line. The RPers, I love that shit. I love the LARPers on the front line. The fucking RPers, the guys just like having fun in it. That's like for me, that's what makes Foxhole, and it's not really just like the meta way to play. Um, I don't know about you. I don't really follow what is meta and like what the right thing is to do in game. I just do what's fun. But
No, true. I mean, sometimes I'm conflicted. I'm like, do what's fun or do what's meta to win the war. But
yeah,
then when that happens, I'm like, you know what? It's that thing, you just, what can one person do? I go to the front, I do everything perfect, and then in 10 minutes, the front gets pushed in.
mm-hmm.
So now, yeah, I just take it easy. Sometimes depends, right? Like the other day, I was on the front. I just wanted to go and push, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, they're cutting our logi. We need help." And I was like, "You know what? Let me just go help."
Hmm.
Because the push was going well. So I guess it depends, you know. Sometimes some days you can just have fun, some days you can listen. It also depends how they say it, right? Because some people are very they like they say, "Oh, you guys are all noobs." They just start like putting everyone down, putting everyone into the same box, saying everyone's a noob, you guys suck, this front sucks, good luck. And
Hmm.
then they like putting puts everyone down. Like that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you should at least say, "Hey guys, like try be." You have to be charismatic, I guess. You have to be like, "Yo guys, Lodge is getting cut. If we don't cut, don't help." Because some new players don't know what the hell's going on. They don't even know how to look at the map. They don't know where they are on the map. They
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on. You have to just guide them and be like, "This way, southeast, southeast."
Yep.
And sometimes you have to lie. Sometimes you have to like it's fun, or you have to say something encouraging because it's sometimes it's not fun.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of the times about the fun thing. A lot of the times, now I'm going off on a different tangent,
Go for it.
but some of the times in like my clan, like would have to prep, right? You have to prep everything, and
Hmm.
that's not fun. So I'd always be like, "Oh, you guys can go to the front. It's okay. Don't worry, I'll do this," because I don't want. I know how not fun it is. And then they'd be like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'll help. I'll help up." And I'm like, "No, but if you really want, go to the front. It's okay."
Yeah. Yeah. I
But yeah, this it's very tough, right?
I put a lot of the boring stuff like on my shoulders with the regiment. I'll do the grinding and the scrapping, and I'm like, all right, you guys can have fun with like the toys that we end up making. But I'm surprised, like, and um shout out to the Gremlins, the guys that like really do help out and like grind with that stuff, because I thought I was, throughout the entirety of our regiment, I'd be like the one doing the heavy lifting, but there are people who really want to just like be the ones doing facility work or like logi work. So it's cool to see like those types of players. I'm also with you. Like, I don't know why they're. I mean, I do know why. It's the internet. It's a video game, so like shit talking is like always going to be a thing. So you see it in like world chat, intel chat, or whatever, and people like making the weirdo posts on the map, being like, "Who the fuck built this base?" or whatever. And I don't know. I think there's just not enough patience with people, especially like new
Oh
players.
yeah, 100%.
You know, like not everyone's gonna have the same level of experience as you, and you kind of got to hold their hand a bit. But and
No, I
that's just the way I
agree.
approach it. I don't look at every person, especially when they're like lower rank or newer, as like a potential ult or something. I think they're just some guy who just bought the game. And they don't know what they're doing. They just need somebody to kind of help guide them. Because we were all there at one point. And I always kind of chuckle when I see people be like, "No, you gotta fucking report this guy. Look at his stats, dude." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's got like
The
50 or 100
stats.
enemy damage and like I don't know, like 500 friendly damage or whatever." I'm like, "Look at my stats, dude. The amount of people I've ran over because they just stand in the road. I would look like an alt. Like, come on, dude. Like, there's no way. There's no way that you could just like tell somebody's an alt, unless if it's like really, really damning stats, like thousands of friendly damage and no player damage. Then maybe I could understand it. But like, um, yeah, there's just like people just gotta chill. Like we were saying earlier, it's just a game, and I understand like the time investment in it is what creates the a little bit of toxicity, right? Like you put in so much time and effort to build a BT or super heavy or any of the naval ships. You get a little like, I don't know, distrusting of others if they're like kind of looking at it. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's gonna like ruin all the work and time I spent on this. But
Yeah, that's true. No, that's very true.
yeah. Um well, we covered quite a lot in a short amount of time, which is not a problem because we came prepared, guys. Chat, we came prepared. We got
Oh,
stuff
I could.
outside.
Yeah, no, we can carry on.
We got stuff outside of Foxhole. E-Man, I know you said you had other stuff you want to talk about too. Do you want to cover anything additional before we
Actually,
keep
I just
going?
want carry on with the alt thing. Like,
Oh yeah, let's
I
go.
think you'll never see an alt in action. An alt will always work like secretly. You know, he
Mm-hmm.
won't do stuff in front of everyone, like driving driving a truck into the enemy, and then everyone's like alt 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 alt. like normally it's just a new player that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing,
Yeah.
or it's not an alt, it's a troll.
Yeah.
Someone that has no time in their hands, they don't give a shit. They want to just jump on and just irritate people. And it doesn't happen in just doesn't happen just in Foxhole, it happens in a lot of other games
Mm-hmm.
where they team kill or they just jump on just to annoy you. That's their main goal, is just to annoy them. And it's easier to annoy someone on your own team than on the enemy team, right?
Yep.
So sometimes it's not alts, it's just trolls, just people that are trolling. It's not someone that bought an account. Because if they were alting, they don't want to lose that alt, they don't want to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll do it secretly. So yeah, a lot of times it's new players. I think it's new players or trolls, people that just want to irritate you.
Not too it's like a little similar, but like going back to Rust, dude, like I would do that shit where I would join like a massive server and offer to be a slave for them just to get access, and I'd bide my time, dude. I'd earn their trust. As soon as I got inside their base, dude, I started like stealing shit little by little, putting them into a small stash somewhere else until I found another group to work with. I'd be like, guys, I have inside access. I'll trade like half of the loot or some
damn,
shit
Gremblo.
and just fucking go in and just like give them access to like the first level of the fucking base. But dude, I mean, this shit was fun. I mean, I'm bad at the game, dude. I gotta play to my strengths. All right, I gotta sweet talk.
True.
I gotta schmooze.
It's funny because I'm looking back on Rust, and sometimes you have to do like politics.
Yeah,
And you have to be like, oh no, these guys, we're friends with them, we're not fighting. And then they end up shooting you, like, what the hell?
Yep.
And then massive politics happen. Pretty funny.
I need to what's it called? Do a community event one of these days in Rust and do like a village. I know everyone's done them. There's so many like I built a village in Rust videos, but I'm gonna do like either like a sea based one like Waterworld. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. That movie's amazing.
Yes. No,
great movie.
And now with the boats and all that other stuff,
yeah,
very easy.
Yep,
much better to do.
Yeah,
I remember Rust before. I know this is a Foxhole podcast, but
oh no,
just
it's not.
quick. I remember Rust before there was maps.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no map.
Mm-hmm.
There was no boats.
Mm-hmm.
It was very plain.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the most fun I ever had. I think also learning a game. When you learn a game, that's the most fun you ever have. Once you've learned everything, you become like
jaded,
a grumpy old man.
Yep. Yep.
You just watch all these people learning, and it's that thing, right, where you see a new player saying, hey, why don't we take this armored car and go all the way to the back? Deep down, you know that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, oh, let me just join him. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a change of pace. That's why I like joining new players when they come up with these dumb ideas, but you like, let me just join them.
Yeah,
it's something new.
I got moments where I don't wanna. I'm like, I can't do it right now. I'm doing my own thing. But then there are other times where I'm totally down for an adventure and like, let's go for it.
No, yeah. Sometimes you hear people like, hey, you don't want to join me, and then you're like, no, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you get that person. It's also I don't know. Sometimes it depends on the person. Sometimes you don't want to join them because they're like annoying or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's happened to me before? So whenever there's someone screaming stuff and just being demotivating on the front, like whenever they screaming that we're noobs and stuff like that, I just mute them. That's the quickest thing I do, is just mute, boom. And I've had times where I join an artillery squad, and then I'm like, hey, is the shots good? And my fight, like the spotter, I'm speaking to the spotter, and I'm like, is the shots good? And then they're not replying. And then I have to right click on them and check if I've muted them. And then I have muted them. And I'm like, oh no.
Damn, you mute a lot of people, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's another quality of life thing that I wish they did, where you just press F1 and then there's a little icon where you can see who you've muted and who you haven't. Because if you've muted someone, then now you don't know if you've muted them, and then you think it's the mic issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a little like
I think,
mute icon right next to their name
yeah,
when
something
they're
so
ringing around,
simple.
just so
Yeah,
you know who you muted also when you're talking to people.
yeah. Because sometimes they imagine like they're playing. Imagine they being very loud or their microphone's broken, and you mute them quickly, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't mean you're gonna mute them forever. Because just now the microphone gets fixed or something. Now
Yep.
you've muted that guy forever, forever, and like you never know if this guy is muted or not.
Yeah.
There's
Totally.
no way to tell. And in a game where communication is so important, I don't know. I think that's small. There's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of quality of life things that they could add.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, especially with the facilities. Like some of the stuff. Yeah, I ran into a problem yesterday. I should start writing down. I wish, but I wish they had a place where you could suggest things. You know?
I think they do on the Discord. I'll be honest, I'm not on
Do they?
Foxhole. I'm not on
Oh, okay.
Foxhole Discord often, but I think way back when I was just looking through the different channels, they had a suggestions channel, but I don't know how often they're looking at that stuff. I think when you make videos talking about quality of life stuff, then maybe that gets a little bit more attention, especially if it's getting, viewership for that. But
Yep.
I don't know, man. I was complaining about some of the naval stuff, and I don't know what got changed. Actually, now that I think about it, I think rare mats did get buffed a bit. So maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna take credit for any of that. I don't think anything I say gets any attention. So if it does, great. But no, I think that like the Discord is a good way to bring it up. But
You
other
know
than
what?
that, I don't know.
I think. Um, I think they put a bit too much emphasis on. They listen. You know who they listen a lot to? People with a lot of subs and a lot of Twitch viewers.
I know where you're going with this, dude. I know where you're going with this. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put
I
words
don't
in
want
your
to go
mouth.
down that route, but I've seen not even that person that said that
Yeah.
to change, but there's other streamers that I've heard where for a they asked for a Foxhole streamer mode,
Hmm.
and they put that in. Like
Does the
they
streamer work?
said,
Does the streamer mode work though? I tried it. It doesn't work for me.
yeah. What do you mean? What
I
doesn't
guess.
work?
I
It
guess
only
what
does
I.
two things, I believe.
Oh, what does it do?
It removes your mini map when you're driving,
Okay.
and it removes the names of the places when you change region.
Oh, never mind
Like
then.
when you go into a new place, it only does that, I believe.
Okay, never mind then.
I
It
don't
works.
think it does anything else.
I was hoping that when I press M, it would just show the secure map for the stream.
Oh no, no. I mean, there's N. Why
Yeah,
did you press N?
fuck that, because then I can't see the bunkers and I can't see what's in them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. No, yeah, do you use a map overlay?
So
'Cause
I've
there's a lot
talked about
of
this, and so I've done it before. I've not only have I done it before, I got rid of it because I can't keep thinking about switching and using the same key in the moment when I'm like doing an op or fighting. So like the issue I have, right, is I'll bind it to M because that's what I'm using to pull up the map. So when I pull
yeah.
up the map, I have the map overlay. But the problem is I don't press M again to get rid of it.
Oh,
Or
okay.
I sorry, I have it bind to escape, but sometimes I don't press escape, I press M again. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I see
So
what you mean. Yeah.
it like doesn't always work. And I've had times where I'm in like a high pressure situation and like there's some good shit happening in front of me and I'm focused on fighting, but then people will say in chat like, "Oh, I can't see anything because the map overlay." I'm like, "Fuck me. Now I
Yep.
can't see
It
anything,
happened to
dude."
me
It's
too.
happened so many times where I'm just like, "I'm done, dude. I'm done. I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
Like people will bitch and moan that like OPSEC. I'm like, "Guys, I'm sorry. There needs to be a better system besides like me trying to like cover the map. Like, let's go by the honor system, guys. I hope nobody's watching who's a warden. I know there are some that do watch and they're subscribed and whatnot, but like, look, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Do you use the map overlay?
I do. But like you said, there's a lot of issues with it. Sometimes you're pulling something and you open the map. So in the game it doesn't open the map, but
Yep.
on OBS it opens the map overlay.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've switched it around. Now there's a map overlay, but there's no map on your screen. And then when I push it again, then there's a map on my screen.
Yep.
Then there's no overlay. Then I'm giving intel. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah,
Mm,
there's it's tough to use a map overlay. Um, yeah. If it was push, if it was hold, I think you can change it to hold.
yeah.
But then there's still that problem where sometimes the map doesn't open, so you have to push it twice or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's very um, it's tough. I know, I know. People watching don't mind. It's more the people that play that
Yeah.
have an issue with it. You know, because me personally, when I watch helping hands,
Hmm.
I like seeing the map, and it's true what he said. You get a sense of what's happening instead of me not showing the map.
Yep.
As a viewer, it's more of it's a better experience for the viewer seeing the map. But then obviously there's that side where you're revealing too much info. But to be honest, you're not gonna you're not going to lose a front because you showed map, right?
Absolutely not.
That's you're not if someone sees the map, they see that I don't know, they see that there's opening somewhere.
Hmm.
If a whole group of people, like 10 guys, go through that opening, people are gonna react to it, right?
Hmm.
And those guys can even find that opening without even looking at your map. If it's one stream sniper,
Hmm.
not much is gonna happen, right? How many times do you get a guy go through a hole? You're not even streaming,
Yep.
and he makes it through somehow,
Yep. Or what we were talking about with like alting of you can just spend another $30 on a separate account,
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's an alt that actually has value where you're not going to ever get banned because you're just literally like getting intel, and like that's that if you were that serious about it. It's funny we talked about this because I recently had a comment in one of my streams. This was a week ago, but somebody, he was a warden. He was like, as a warden, I really enjoy watching your streams because I get to see where everything's at. God, I fucking hate like streamers or content creators or whatever.
Did you actually say that?
He said, yeah,
God damn.
I'll pull it up right now. I'm gonna read verbatim what he said. I'm not gonna say his username or anything because this guy is sad. Honestly, you care way too much, dude. You care way, way too much. But he said something to the effect of, let's see, which stream it was like. I think it was this one. Yeah. There's the comment. Yeah, he was like, shit, there it is. Oh, add, mute. There we go. Yeah, as a warden, we appreciate the intel. You should put some effort and hide the map somehow. God, I hate streamers. I'm like, first of all right, if you are a warden that is watching my stream to get intel, congrats, dude. I don't know what you're doing with that, but good for you. I sleep like a baby every night. I sleep like a baby every fucking night, dude. But like, again, putting effort in hiding the map. This guy doesn't watch any of my streams. I've said this spiel so many times, so I don't really give a fuck. But the God I hate streamers comment is such a weirdo take, dude. Because if you don't have, I'm not even saying just streamers, but like content creators, like Foxhole will not continue to get attention or grow without them.
Oh, yes. That's another
And
topic that I want to
yeah,
speak
we could
about.
talk. I've heard people say like, and I've seen this on the Discord. God, some of you guys, you make me face palm. Holy cow! They want. I swear to God, I've had people say or seen people say, Foxhole content should literally just be raw video of fights, no commentary. And I've had people comment this in some videos to be like, this video would be better without any commentary or without the editing. And I'm like, you guys are so weird. What are you talking about, dude? Like, okay,
What?
it's fine if you
They
just
want
want,
that?
yeah, it's fine if you just want like raw fighting or whatever, no commentary or anything. I've seen videos like that on YouTube. They don't get any views. So the people who are saying that are a
Yeah.
minority. Nobody actually wants to see. Maybe you do.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah. People
Yeah.
that normally it's one guy that comments, and then it's just that guy's opinion. But
Yeah.
he's since he comments, he gets. It seems like it's a lot more people.
That's hey guys, if you actually believe that, please keep commenting that because it doesn't matter and it just pushes the algorithm up, right? Keep saying that,
True.
please.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
We
I
like those
honestly don't care.
comments.
I'll just ignore you. I'll talk about you and make
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
of you in the next
I
Gazette.
don't like replying to them because then it gives them
No.
satisfaction. I
Um
just ignore it.
I
Like it
did
doesn't even happen.
you should try I did do this a few times where I'll pin a weirdo comment on my video and it's the first thing people see. And if it is really that unhinged, I had somebody write a short story about because I was doing a video on my take for the dev stream with the naval update, and my I had like one take where I was like, I really like the look and like the play style of these ships. I guess I really wish that the collies had a sub because like submarine gameplay seems like it'd be interesting and fun. But I
All
guess we'll
right.
just like wait until we get that because I feel like they're not gonna just like leave us in the dark. They wouldn't just give like one faction destroy, one faction sub. So
True. Yeah.
so I was like,
Especially with the depth charges.
yeah, my whole take was just like sub gameplay seems fun and interesting, and I can't wait to try that as a collie. And he wrote a fucking short story in the comments being like, you're spreading misinformation, the subs actually asked, you guys have the better ship, you should fucking do more research,
Oh
like all this.
no.
I'm like, dude, all I said was I personally think the sub looks cool and I can't wait to use it. Why are you getting all mad? He's like, you're the one getting mad, you're fucking like attacking me. I'm like, I'm just gonna pin this comment and let whatever happens happen. People were fucking eating him alive. He ended up deleting the comment. I'm like, that's the
Oh
way you
snap.
that's the
Nice.
way you treat it, dude. Like fuck that, dude. You can have your opinions and whatnot, you guys. It's totally fine. It's just like how you say it. It's how you say it. Like the weird shit where it's like, God, I hate I hate streamers or content creators, or like you should do things this way, and you like are an idiot or some shit. Like when you're just mean, I'm just gonna make fun of you. So
No, yeah, when it's balanced, like weapon balances like that,
yeah.
and I don't like going down that rabbit hole. I think the game, I personally, I think it's balanced. I'm sure the devs have access to so much more information than we have.
Mm-hmm.
They got all the stats, right? The get like if you can't balance it 100%, right? But like people say, oh, the bomber stone,
Mm-hmm.
bomber stone's far range, but then the wardens have the Lowcaster, which is further range at the start. I think everything is pretty balanced. One thing, it's like rock paper scissors, right?
Yep.
If rock goes against scissors, then it's gonna win. And like, oh, rock's OP, and then you bring paper, and like, oh, paper's OP. It's I think personally, it's pop. It's not balanced. It's not who has the gun.
Yeah.
It's whoever has the most people and actually doing stuff. So yeah, I really hate when people argue about balance. It's loyalists. I hate loyalists. I
Fuck
really don't
loyalists,
like,
dude. Burn them.
dude. I
Burn
don't
them.
know. Oh, it's tough because
Factionalism.
I had a good conversation with a warden loyalist, and he seemed like such a nice guy, but he was warden. He had never played colonial before,
Yeah.
and he just said that the wardens had the worst way. And I'm just listening to them like, oh man, you should jump onto the collie side because it's
Yeah.
happened to me. Me and Creepy, we were on the. I used first time I played was warden, and I jumped to colonial because I kind of stream sniped Creepy. I kind of stream sniped, but I never like I always if Creepy like said, oh, I need someone to help push gun, then I'd jump on. I'm like,
Yep.
hey, I can help you. That's how I met him. Was on a push gun.
Okay.
Then
Nice.
yeah, and we kept doing push gun. He always needed someone, so I kept going. And then yeah, I stayed colonial, and then we decided to go warden to try it out a little bit.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of things that we wanted to try out, like the push 40, the outlaw, and things like that. And when we tried those weapons out, and we died with those weapons, we were like, oh my word, it's not as good as we thought.
Yeah.
Colonial seems so OP. What the hell? What's going on? So my opinion to anyone that's watch or will watch this in the future is try both sides before you and don't just try once. Try it like 5 wars. Then you'll see that it's the same deal, man.
Yeah.
It's the same deal.
I need to switch back to to Warden one of these days. I've out of doing YouTube, I think I've only gone Warden for one war, and which is weird because I actually like the Warden faction more than Colonial, just from the aesthetic. But dude, it's hard because like I would have to like leave my regiment in order to switch sides.
Oh yeah, that's the issue. Yeah.
So fucking dumb, dude. But you know, what can you do, right? It's like that's until they implement a fix for that. It's like I just don't feel comfortable leaving.
Yeah, true.
I
They
got
could
some.
make it. They could make like an option where you choose and then your whole clan goes over. So I don't know.
But like, why would you need to be? Why would you need to leave a clan from Colonials to join the other? And I think that's because it's like I think the way they're storing data. Because I'm sure if you went Warden,
Okay.
you would end up having your like regiment tag or whatever tied to it. Because when we had the Charlie Shard, I would join that, and a regiment I had with like IRL friends, that tag showed up when I would join that. I'm like, what the fuck? This is still a thing. So they're storing it somehow, even though like I'm no longer in that regiment. But yeah, very weird.
Okay, I see what
Well, Eman, what other topics did you have that you wanted to cover? I know we covered pretty much everything that we were going to talk about that I shared with you. I want to make sure we also have time for the Q&A session, but we typically leave that to the very, very end. That can get kind of long. But what else did you have that you wanted to talk about? If not, then we could also just jump straight into it.
No, I wanted to speak about that point where that guy said, oh, he hates Foxhole streamers, and,
yeah.
content. Yeah, and then we were like, I think we both agree that content creators for a game helps stay alive, right?
Yeah.
Helps it grow. It either helps it grow. It never. I don't think there's ever a negative, unless it's someone that like, unless it's like which we have a case of where it's someone that spreads toxicity. Maybe that's the way. Okay, I can see it happen.
Totally.
I'm speaking about Badman Larry, right? Because I'm sure the devs didn't like the way he was acting, so they're like, nope, we've got to it out. And then I think about I compare Badman Larry to Tyler One. You know Tyler One from League of Legends. Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing, right? He was toxic in his games. He would like int. He would intentionally feed, and then he'd be very toxic in his chat. And then they banned him, right? But they made up. He changed. He changed his ways.
He's reformed.
They made up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He brought in a lot of views to maybe League was already good, but he brought in a lot of views anyway, right?
Yeah.
So he's good for the for the game, not just, but he was bad in terms of toxicity. I'm sure Badman, they can do the same with Badman, right? They can speak to him, give him a second chance, because he did bring in a lot of views. Not gonna lie, when he was playing, he like 500 viewers. That's very good for Foxhole, and there was always drama. There was always content around him, right? Could create so much content.
Yep.
But obviously, I understand the other part, right, where he was like, I don't know, where we would accuse a lot of new players for alting.
I think it's also like what you make content of kind of leads to the kind of like culture or feeling you have within the community for a game. So like, I think as an example, I've seen it so many times on Reddit and some discussions, but like people will complain about like the Moy Dog video saying that Foxhole's dying because of the low pop and server count and all that, and that it's a outdated video. He needs to get rid of it, and I think he's said that he was gonna like make an updated one, still hasn't done it or something like that. I don't lose sleep over that. I personally, I know it's up there, and I know it gets a lot of visibility, and it can affect people who would be interested in the game. But I don't know. I'm optimistic in the sense that like people who are still curious, because anybody with a brain will see when the video was uploaded and say, okay, this was posted maybe like a year or two ago, right? Is this still the case now? And I've seen this already where they'll go to Reddit and be like, hey, I saw this video, just wanted to confirm if this is the case or not. that's a totally normal thing to do, and I think people have been doing the right thing of just saying like, oh yeah, no, it's still good. Here's X, Y, and Z reasons. Here's like recent things that have been going on in the game. But the people who like take the opportunity to then like shit on Moy Dog and call him Soy Dog and just like fucking pile drive on him, which guys, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He really does not care.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't really look. You're not really presenting the community or game well when you're just like fucking going on a feral tangent about that. Me personally, yeah, I think the video is outdated, and I would probably hope for like a, you know, every year you do like here's a update on Foxhole in 2023 or some shit, or 2024 or 2025. But I mean, I don't know. Normal people will do their due diligence and double check and see if this is actually the case, and if it is, they won't play the game. If it isn't, which it isn't, then they'll pick up the game. So I don't think the game has any issues with new player pop, though. We continue to see new players every war.
Yeah, that's actually that's true. Yeah. I would think I always see new players. You keep seeing no ranks and low ranks, because I guess people come and go, right? Some
Yeah.
people stop playing the game, and then new people pick it up, which is nice to see, right?
Mhm.
Because I also think about how Foxhole, with its average of like, I don't know, 3K players, how it makes money. But then I keep seeing new players. I'm like, oh, they're still buying the game, right?
Yeah.
Which is nice to see.
Yep.
But yeah, the main thing that I want to speak about is how creators can boost the game, and how the Foxhole content creators can help. I think the devs should put a little bit more emphasis into Foxhole content creators. Not like Moydog. I don't think he's a Foxhole content creator, you know? I think he's more of a squad guy. There's a few of them. There's a few YouTubers and streamers that they promote more than the actual ones that are like loyal to the game.
Yeah. Totally.
There's a lot of I know they don't have as much viewers, right? They don't have as much. They don't bring in as many views, but I think they could not promote, but engage with them. You know.
Yep.
They have a Twitter. They have a What Rust would do is they have their website, and every week they would put a spotlight of a new creator.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get that
would
spotlight
help
on them.
so much. Yeah. And like, I don't know, invite them for stuff, do more. I don't know. I think they could do more. Like they could speak out more. I think they're very private. That's what I feel like. You never know about anything until like the update comes, and that's like every 3 months.
Yep.
Every 3 months you hear from them. So I think during those 3 months, the game kind of feels like it's dying. Like right now, we haven't heard anything from them for so long, and we're speaking about, oh, is the game dying? That was our issue, right? Like War 111, is it fun? What's happening? What's going on with the game? I think a new player will be like, where do I see this game in the future?
Yep.
That's also a question I wanted to ask you. Where do you see Foxhole in the future? Because for me, I sometimes I get really happy when you're doing this. This is good. I'm so happy that you're doing this. But then it dies. Sometimes it stops, you know, and then it starts going down. So I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on Foxhole.
It's funny you mentioned it, because like the Bayonet tournament you hosted, that kind of like kickstarted the idea for me of like more community type things that aren't just like fighting in a war every single fucking war. Because like Foxhole could be more than just two sides fighting, right? It could be like what we're doing about having discussions, maybe not just about Foxhole, but like, you know, Rust or other things outside of the game. In terms of like the future of maybe the community and the game itself, I mentioned this before, but like I'm gonna be coming out with a video kind of like detailing this more, and I think that's actually gonna come out this week. But the game is going to be at a bit of a crossroads once Anvil Empires comes out. And me personally, I'm probably gonna jump ship to Anvil Empires full time and maybe leave Foxhole as like a video I do like once a month, or like maybe 1 month I do
Ooh,
Anvil
okay.
and Foxhole I do another month. And the reason why is because of the like server limitations and connection issues that constantly happen every single war, especially once we start getting like the ships out. That's when things start like going downhill because people are DCing left and right. Um, at least in the naval hexes. But when Anvil Empires comes out, because it's got its own custom dedicated engine, the R2 engine, it's gonna one be able to have more players at any given time in each hex, and based off of like research I'm doing is like on the side, it's going to be more consistent and have less like stability issues. Um, I play games to have fun, and like if I'm trying to like record as well, it's not fun when like there's a DC that happens. Like it literally just happened yesterday when I was streaming. I was trying to like get the operation going, and then I DC'd like literally in the fucking middle of a
Oh,
fight.
damn.
I'm like, come on, dude. Or I think I just flat out crashed, which rarely happens, but it does happen. So I think Anvil Empires is going to bring a lot of people over. Maybe not everyone, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for Foxhole because the game runs better with less people putting strain on like the engine and the network. So it might feel like dead maybe, but like if you still have like 2,000 players in the world, it's still going to be somewhat lively. And if they have to like downsize the scale of the map to be like less hexes, I don't see a problem with that as long as you can still keep that engagement up. But I think eventually, once Anvil Empires is kind of established, then they would work on kind of porting it over to that engine and have like a Foxhole too, and then the game would probably outclass Anvil at that point.
All right, all right.
Yeah, it's a long process. This is not something that gets done in like 2 years or anything like that. I think content wise, community wise, like as long as content creators are doing things with the community, and like the way I do that is like the public ops every weekend, and I try to get people to come and join us. People that are interested in that, they join my Discord. They can get access to our ally role as long as they prove that they're a Kali, and I give them updates on when we're doing stuff, and they can tag along. But when it comes to like cross faction stuff, like I think stuff like this is good. And to your point, right, of like dev involvement or like collaboration, I think it'd be cool if devs like hosted, like again, like something like this, like a talk, a dev talk, but with like both sides also there, just talking about shit. I know they did that right with the naval update. They invited content creators to like try out the new content and like play with the devs. That was cool. Sick invite though to us, right? Like we got fucking
True, but
but
they're not they're like they know about us
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm sure they see the stuff at least on Twitter. Sometimes they put a like. That's why I think you join. You should make a
Yeah.
Twitter account. So then they know about us. They see us. They obviously they
Mm-hmm.
consume Foxhole media
Yeah.
on YouTube and on. I'm sure they go on Reddit as well.
Oh, sure.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
personally, I would just like more involvement from them. But I also understand that it's a small team, and then they would have to pay for like a social media team or something like that. Someone that just posts stuff. But I think it would be a good investment if they did that.
Yeah.
Just I don't know, just like they've been away for 3 months. Right? When was last thing was the naval update, right? We didn't get anything after that, right?
They posted something I think last week about the upcoming update,
Oh, they did.
basically saying that like they're gonna be a bit delayed before the next
Okay.
update comes up. Like
Well,
development is going well, but it's just a little delayed.
it'd be awesome if, like, I don't know, they just posted something, anything, something funny, something like I don't know, like anything, like just them working in their office.
Hmm.
At least we know that they're still alive, At least us viewers can know that they're working on something, and just reminds us, puts an image on our head that this game is still going forward.
Totally.
That's
Totally.
that's yeah. I feel like, yeah. Personally, yeah, I think, because what they did, I think they should invest in the current Foxhole streamers, the people that are right now doing videos. If we jump over to another game, then they stop investing as much time, but then they carry on with other people. Because I think what they did with naval updates, right?
Yep.
Where they probably paid all those big creators to stream their game,
Hmm.
but then I don't think that did anything, to be honest.
Really,
It
I
brought
think
in
it.
new,
I,
maybe
I think it
maybe
grew
it
the
brought
player
in more
base.
money. You're right,
Yeah.
but I don't think it brought in um long term plays. One off, which maybe it's a good thing, because on one end you get a whole bunch of new sales, but then they don't carry on. So then the servers stay at the current size. You don't have to increase the servers. But personally, I feel like, I don't know. I would just like more involvement from the devs with the content creators.
Yeah, I think when they invest in bigger streamers, they get that reach, and that's what they want because of additional sales, and maybe they get some players that only play it once and like never touch it again, but maybe they do have
Yeah.
more players that do stick with it more because that's a game they didn't know about before. Um, I think it makes sense why they do it. I just I agree with you. Like maybe make content creators more of like community, not managers, but like community advisors. I guess. Like I don't think we should have like any sort of power per se. I don't think I personally am not looking for any of that. I don't want to. I don't want to moderate.
Oh no,
I don't want to
100%.
moderate for them. Fuck
I
that.
hope that
Yeah, I'm just there to like kind of
I
give a
like just
pulse.
accept. Yeah, yeah. I like that they put something out. I'll test it out. Don't ask
Yeah.
me if it should be nerfed or not, because I have no idea on that.
Cool. Anything else you wanted to talk about before we get to the Q&A?
Nah, that was main thing, is just the creators,
Awesome.
or just updates from them, updates from the devs. Devs, if you're watching, we need some weekly updates from you.
Pass it
Even if
along
it's
to the
just a
community
picture,
advisors.
even if it's just a picture of them working at the office, that'll be nice to see them working in the office, knowing that they're still there.
Hell yeah.
Because every 3 months is too long. That's just too long.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's quickly. I'm gonna pull up the YouTube chat and see if anybody said anything. Guys, now's your chance to get your questions in. Anything. It doesn't have to be anything we talked about. You can just ask whatever you want, and we'll read it out and we'll get to it. But YouTube, it doesn't seem like we got too many questions. We just got a bunch of haze. What's up, you guys? What's up, YouTube chat? Let's go straight to Twitch, and let's see. Adi, tell bro to hop on Tab G. E-Man, have you played Tab G? Do you know what that is? Totally accurate
I have
battleground.
no idea what that is.
You don't want to play it. We're just gonna pass right through
Tab
it.
G?
Yep. We're just gonna. Yep. Don't ask. Don't ask. We're just gonna keep going.
Totally accurate battleground. I think isn't that like a battle royale?
Yeah, it is.
Why do you play that? What's going on?
I don't.
Is
Adi
it
really
inside
wants me to
joke?
play it. It is. It is. Yeah. One of these days, Adi. Maybe tomorrow. I'll play it tomorrow. Unfinished college essay. When do you two kiss? That was in the pre-show. If you want to be involved in the pre-show, you
That's an
gotta subscribe.
exclusive. You have to
Yeah.
pay.
Yep. Don't forget your Twitch Primes, you guys. Twitch Primes to E-Man and myself, please. He also said, "Where's the Gremblo E-Man sex scene?" That's on our OnlyFans account. You got to pay $10 a month for that. Pretty good price.
Foxhole Hub.
Yeah, Foxhole Hub, exactly. Just Foxhole.
Oh snap!
fuck.
Foxhole. Yeah.
Robert, what's up, man? Number one failed operation is Gremblo not having a bayonet equipped on the submarine. Hey, man, like I said before, all right, if devs want to make it so that when I unequip my Argenti and I re-equip it, the bayonet should still be on there. It wouldn't have been an issue if that was a thing, all right? It's not like I didn't have it equipped. I just put it away.
Well, that was pretty. That was so. I think I saw that one where you were on the bridge and the sub was coming past and you jumped on.
Yeah,
That was crazy timing.
that was it. Literally was just like we were just partisaning, and I saw that, I heard it, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And I saw, I'm like, "We gotta go," but fuck me, dude. Maybe I'll get another chance to do that. Probably not, but I'll at least make up for it. Um, Godly Force. I'm trying to find out what exactly is wrong with the Colonials myself. I've had lots of feedback. I don't know what you mean by what's wrong with the Colonials, but yeah, I don't know. I personally, I don't think there's anything wrong per se. I think we just have been losing a lot because people give up. But that's fine. You know, we need breaks. We need breaks. Okay, there's nothing wrong with taking breaks. Just I've said this with, and I don't know if you would agree or disagree, man, but like I think regiments sometimes like overextend themselves, right? Like my regiment, there have been plenty of times where people want to like I'll start off each war or like just before the war starts and say, guys, let's focus on one thing. What do you guys want to do? Or like top 3 things. What do you guys want to do? If it's tanks, we're just doing tanks the entire war. We're not going to do any submarine stuff or like naval stuff. We're not going to do any rocket artillery or arty in general. No partisan stuff, just tanks. So we'll make a facility for just tanks, but then it always expands outside of that. People are like, I want to do super heavies. I want to do battle tanks. It's like, yeah, that's within tanks, but like, let's stick with like one thing within the tanks. Do you want to do tank variants and like upgrades for that, or do you want to do battle tanks? If you do want to do battle tanks, that's fine, but like, don't do super heavies. Like, let's not overextend ourselves. And everyone always does it. And I don't know if you see that, and I don't know if you feel the same, but I personally think that's a major issue with burnout, and that's why people end up like quitting early in a war.
No, I agree, 100%. Last war, we built up Lin of Mercy,
Hmm?
and then people stopped playing, and then it ended up being just me and another guy, and then we got burnt out, and then we just let it decay, and then 'cause I would jump on. I can't go to the front knowing that this whole base that I built is decaying. You know that you built it, it's decaying. I'm not gonna have fun at the front knowing that I did that. So yeah, it 100% happens. It happens. People want to do so much. I don't think they know the responsibility.
Yep.
I think it comes with experience from the game.
Hmm.
The more you play, the more you know. Like someone says, "Oh, I wanna." We had this one new player. It was a girl. She wants to build a train yard. And I'm like, we're not going to build a train yard. I'm sorry. It's too much work.
Yep.
And then she's like, oh, but it would be so cool. You could send stuff to the front. I'm like, and then it's so tough because you just know that it's not going to work. And you try to explain to them, but they knew you also don't want to demoralize them, right? You don't want to demoralize. They have all these ideas in their head of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But personally, you already know you know the hard work and you know that you just don't have enough manpower or people to do it. It's tough. It's very tough to do that. When I was in WLL with Kronos, I joined them, and yeah, Kronos doesn't. He wants you to do what you want, but then that ends up being everyone building their own thing separately, and then you just don't know what to do.
Yep.
Personally, I just don't know what to do. I'm like, should I help this guy with the oil? Should I help this guy? And then all of a sudden we have battle tanks that I didn't even know we were doing. It's very tough, man. I think it's a big issue. I don't know how these other clans do it. I think
I think
maybe
they're
they're
more
just very
strict.
strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, no, we're not doing. I can't be. The whole thing is we want to have fun, right? It's not.
Yep.
I don't want to get off work and then come to work. You know.
Yep. I've gone this approach of, because I'm in the same boat of you as you, where I don't want to tell somebody no, but like as a regiment leader, you kind of have to like be the north star and the compass for the regiment and kind of save them from
Very true.
themselves when it
Yeah.
comes to like overextension, right? Um, but give them the freedom to like explore and do new things. And that's why I always say in the beginning, like, guys, you tell me what you want to focus on and we'll do it. But I will keep you on track of like, this is all we're doing. And, you know, in the middle of a war, it always happens, right? Somebody's like, I want to do this. And I'm like, look, me personally, I don't have the time to do that. If you want to do it, go for it. I can tell you right now, I personally cannot help you with that. And they'll do it, and then they'll be like, Gremblo, nobody's helping me. Like they're just doing like, you know, whatever you want to do or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like I can't. I'm not gonna tell them to help
Yeah, true.
you.
You can't force them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I'm not. It's not right for me to influence other people to do what you want because you didn't want to listen from the beginning on like, hey, this is what we should focus on. You want to do what you want to do. That's totally fine. You don't have to be in my regiment to do that. You don't have to I guess, yeah, you just don't have to be in my regiment to do that. You could just do your own thing. Like get people who are like-minded as you, who want to focus on the same stuff you want to focus on, and coordinate. You don't like, but you're doing what's convenient for you. So I just never, if it's outside of that, I just never like really say like I can commit to that. And usually what ends up happening is like, you know, people just either don't help or like can't help because they also are burnt out. So or they're focused on like the actual things within the regiment. That seems to be the best approach. Um,
True,
okay,
but I don't know. It's tough
yeah,
because I guess the more experienced people will understand.
mm-hmm.
They're the ones that mostly help you out, right?
Mm-hmm.
With 'cause they know what has to be done. A lot of people they just want the end product. They don't know what it takes to
Oh
make
yeah,
like when they were making when that person wants to make a railway. I was like, okay, you have to do the railway, then you have to do defenses, and they're like, why the defenses? It's all the way in the back. I'm like, there's partisan, and they're like, are you sure? Are they gonna get? I'm like, yes, they
yeah,
get to the back. It happened. I was playing yesterday, and some guy's tank got stolen in the back.
oh yeah,
And he's
yep.
like, who stole my tank? What happened? And we're like, a partisan got you. And he goes, oh, I didn't think a partisan warden would get all the way back here.
The
I think
amount of
that's
times
the
I've told people,
biggest
dude,
misconception.
get your tanks in the seaport, dude. If they're empty, they're not doing anything. If they're not a QRF tank, why the hell do you have them out in the open, you guys? They're just gonna get stolen. Like either stolen from a partisan or from a player on your faction. If you
Oh
and
yeah,
I've
100%.
said it so many times. I've seen it to the point now where I don't say anything anymore when it happens. But like people would complain, like Gremblo, like somebody stole the Cornesca I just built. Like what do I do? I'm like, did you put it in the seaport? No. Sorry, dude. It's free game. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's not in the seaport. Yeah.
It's not safe. Somrin, are you guys gonna do a combined operation? I'm down. You down, E-Man? Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that many people, but I'm willing to join.
We'll
I
join
really wanted,
forces.
dude. When I saw you do the landing, I was like, oh my word, this looks like so much fun. I really wanted to do something, but
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, the time it's so tough.
Yep.
But hey, I'm down. I'm down
We'll
to
work something out.
join you. Yes,
Uh,
it's always tough, right? Because it depends on the war, and which side. If you are on the east side and we're on the east side.
mm-hmm. This war though, at least we don't have a base set up, so we can go anywhere.
I actually
Um.
I asked I thought I'd be solo, but I started a little base. I'm doing HV40s, but it's so compact. It's so
Ooh.
small. You
Yeah.
like the main goal whenever I build is build small. Because that's another thing. M subs. People don't understand M subs concept.
Mm-hmm.
They just think they can build whatever they want and then they forget about the M subs. M subs is it's like your child.
Yeah.
Well, the base is your child. M subs is like you have to feed them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't understand that.
No, they don't.
I guess new players don't understand that, right?
Yeah.
Like the one guy, I went past his base. Also you see their rank and you already know what's going on. So I saw his rank, and then I saw his base, and then he built foundations for parking his vehicles, and I'm like, yeah, that's because he was complaining that he was too much M subs, he couldn't keep up with it. I'm like, yeah, because you built foundations. That's not. It uses twice as much, and he built like the small ones and the big ones and the small ones all mixed. And
Oh
he goes, but it
man.
looks so awesome. I'm like, yeah, but this game, this
Fucking
game, you
learning
have to,
experience.
yeah. But hey, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, oh, you need to destroy your whole base because it's just wasting space. No, hey, he built it. He's gonna learn from it.
Oh
I
yeah.
think colonial on the colonial side, at least from what I've experienced, there's more free, like you have more free reign to do what you want to the colonial side. The wardens are more, they'll be more strict with you if you're a
Mm.
new player. Maybe not strict, they won't destroy your building, but they will go and be like, yo, your building's ass. Why did you build here? And then they'll be more real with you. I think colonials we see like I saw that guy build. I saw some new guys build. I didn't go and tell them anything. I'm like, whatever, just learn.
Yeah. Oh guys. Uh this is gonna be so weird. I have to quickly step out for just a quick minute. I'm gonna run a quick ad, you guys. E-man, I'll be right back with you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no
run a minute
worries.
here. If I'm not back in a minute, chat, keep E-man company. Please ask him some questions.
Let me
We'll get
see
back
what
to
they're
him.
saying.
If you got the stream up, it should just be popping up in the middle between us. But there we go. All right, 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 second.
Let me go back and read. Did you guys get the ads? I didn't get any ads. Yo, what's up? Your finished essay. Welcome. Godly Force, I've heard your name before. T5 Snowstorm in Westgate? Rate the tech tree this war 1 out of 10. I haven't really seen the tech tree, but why is the motorcycles like so far down the tech tree? That's weird. I don't know why they did that. And apparently no more Proto 150s. I always loved Proto 150s. No ads yet. Yeah, Gremblo, you didn't push the ad button. Or everyone has ad block. You guys all have ad block. Yo, what's up, Robert Games? How you doing, brother? I saw your interview with Gremblo. Secretary is a solid 3 out of 10. I guess the devs do it to change it up a little bit here and there. They wanted to stretch the wall. Ah. Yeah, sometimes you see some stuff and you wonder, what's the devs' plans? Why are they doing this? Doing well, thanks. I'm good. I'm good. Doing better now. At the start, I was a little bit nervous. It was kind of no. What do you mean it was a mess? It looked so good. You looked so chill. I'm like nervous. Well, I was at the start. LT Tech on copper. Oh, normally LT Tech. Oh, that's why been seeing a lot of iron. Um, I've been seeing a lot of iron lying around. That's why. But yeah, I have built a little HV40 base this wall. It's really nice and compact.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. We
Yo,
we
welcome
got
back.
we got moving boxes, and the dog was getting into them, so it's taken
Nice.
care of. We're good. Um, awesome. Here we go. All right, let's get back into it. I'm skipping some of the comments just because we want to get to the questions. And where's the next one? What's fascinating to me is the fact that the game being so similar. This is from Graph Me. What's fascinating to me is that with the game being so similar in both factions, the way both factions play the game is quite different. Um, they have some similarities, but like yeah, there's like slight nuances and differences to either guns, tanks, or whatever kit that they have access to. So they do end up playing differently. Like the fact, like example that comes to mind is like R120 RD is more mobile, so we can kind of like set it up in weird ways. Whereas like warrants have kind of more range on theirs, but it's stationary. So because of that, they'll just play differently. I don't.
True,
Yeah, I don't know what else. What other examples you'd
but I think that
have?
um Yes, I think the biggest one now is the naval warfare, because one side has subs, one side doesn't. So one side is like the sneaky submarine. The other one's the destroyer that kills the submarine. So one's aggressive, one's defensive.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the devs like to play around a lot with that. But I think they balance it. It's you can't just look like I was saying, bomb stones, grenade versus grenade. You have to look at everything. Like grenade versus grenade, we have the long range, and then you look rifle versus rifle. They have the long range. You have the mobile one, and then tanks versus tanks, and then light tanks versus light tanks. There's so much to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I don't like, one thing that I think is just a little bit unbalanced, just a little bit, is the one thing that I don't like to complain, because it's in some cases it's good. The one little thing that I don't like is the beats
Mm-hmm.
that we have. That they need to give us a different option for that. Because
Yeah.
if the only stationary anti tank is that one that's arced, it's because with their outlaws, there's no way for us to kill. There's no way for us to kill the outlaw. If they know what they're doing, even if they don't know what they're doing, they just shoot and back up, shoot back up. You can't really stop them from killing the beat.
Mm-hmm.
The Ruptura, I think the Ruptura is nicely balanced. It's moved slowly and you can decrew it easily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. You can kill a tank, but the tank can kill you. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair. But the beat, I don't know, just give us why not both sides have beats and eats? I think
Totally.
maybe in that case we need just a little bit more variety. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Everything else is good.
Yeah. I
Maybe
agree.
they'll add more stuff, like different super heavy tank variants. Who knows?
Yeah. Graph, I see your comment about what I meant in regards of different is everything outside the game, like the culture in both factions. Um, the culture
Ooh,
in both
that.
factions. I don't know too much about the culture. I'll be honest. Like the backstory, all I know is like Kali's are the ones invading. That's it. And like Callahan's a dude that that the Warrens, praise. We praise the Amaro. That's just it. That's all I know. Unfortunately, that question's out of my depth. I don't know about you, man.
There's also like I think maybe like IRL culture with the tech maids and the
Oh
tech
yeah,
runners.
the furries and the
Where
anime
they
girls, yeah, or anime boys,
yeah.
yeah.
That's also interesting, right?
Oh,
And
big
then
regiments on one side versus smaller ones on the other. I think that's also just I think it's because people want to play on the Warren side more, so those regiments are going to be bigger. The pop size, I mean, right? Like if one side has more players, they're going to have bigger regiments.
yeah.
But
Um
yeah, I don't know.
It's tough, right? Because I mean, if you look at the recently, right, we've been losing more the last 10 wars,
Mm-hmm.
but globally, it's different phases, I guess. Sometimes the colonials are always winning, and sometimes the wardens are always. I guess it's fair, right? That's
I
what I think. I don't know.
but it's artificial. Like I think because you can't have a game where one faction's always beating the other because then nobody's going to play that faction that's losing. So the devs have to make it almost always a 50-50 split, and it always has to be super close. It is more of like, yeah, Graph, what you were saying, the pendulum effect, where maybe there is a series of 10 wars where one faction is beating the others considerably, and then it swings in the other direction. I yeah, I think that there are some imbalances. I wish it was more of like a skill based thing because there are some things where you could just cheese, right? But um, yeah, I don't know.
True, true.
I think typically it's I'm with you that it's fair, but there are some things that get cheese. Like we have the bomb stone spam. I know you were saying like, but you can just outrange it with rifles or whatnot. But like, I think the tank meta is also a bit imbalanced. My personal issue with that is like, I like the outlaw tanks available straight out of the garage. Did I say outlaw? I like the Warren tanks straight out of the garage, but I don't understand why we collies have like our variants stuck in facilities. Like the Spatha should be in the garage, the Kroneska LTD should be in the garage. Um, but like you can have,
Okay.
but you can have like,
Never really thought of that.
but
That's
you can have really cool like
interesting.
Warden tanks that are super viable, like Silverhand, just straight out of the garage. The Widow, straight out of the garage. Like, and I get why, because they're like the base chassis and they have variants that are within facilities, but like those variants don't matter. Whereas like a Kroneska does matter.
Yeah,
And those tanks
true.
did used to be in the garage, and I miss that. I think the only tanks that should be in facilities really are like BTs, those variants like SPG and whatnot. Super heavy. Those need to be in facilities. That makes sense. But like the mid to heavy tank or assault tank, not heavy tank. Yeah, those should be in the garage.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think specifically with the Outlaw, right? Because a falchion, you always want to upgrade a falchion to a Sparta.
Yeah,
You always want to upgrade a
hatchet.
hatchet to a Kroneska.
Yep.
And the Wardens, I guess, with the light tank, it's also good. But with the Outlaw, I don't think people want the Highwayman, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if they switched it around and then they gave you the Highwayman and then you had to upgrade it to an Outlaw, yes, I
Yeah,
think
that
that
would
would
make
be more
sense.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, I mean, people upgraded to a Highwayman. I don't know why they ever do it. Just
Yep.
for trying it out, for memeing, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Nope.
But 9 out of 10 times people don't upgrade it. Just
Yep.
free, boom.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess it's just that one though, hey? Just the Outlaw.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's the quintessential example.
Hmm. There's also the issue with the Chieftain and the Ballista that everyone speaks about, the Concrete Busters.
Yeah.
Maybe we need some more 250 variants.
Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't mind that.
Because once you get Concrete with Howies, it's very tough. I tried to do a little RT op with, we had three 150s firing at Concrete, and we couldn't bust it open.
Oh
It
shit.
just too much retaliation, and then repairing, and we had a lot of random. It was a lot of randoms. I actually managed to gather a bunch of randoms, so we had like 3 people per gun, and then some extra.
Mhm.
But yeah, we weren't able to do any damage. The
Yeah.
guns were just getting blasted. Too much Howard retaliation. So then you have to rely on ballistas, I guess,
Mhm.
ground. I know battleships is good
Mm-hmm.
for taking out concrete, but that's only where the battleship can reach, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the railway storm cannon, but all that stuff you have to have an organized clan to do.
Yeah. Again, facility stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. Robert loves games. Some people have the right idea on what should be done, but communicate it poorly. I call them the Call of Duty kids. They're all just like noob this, noob that. Yeah, dude. People need to, I don't know. They need to
Yeah.
kind of think retrospectively a bit.
And instead of calling us noobs, just explain to us what went wrong.
Yeah.
Tell us, like, you guys, yeah, I've had that a lot. They're like, you guys are all noobs, you let us die. Like, just explain to us what happened.
Mhm.
Teach us.
Godly Force. I think this podcast is a very good idea for Foxhole and the community. Hope it takes off. All of us that love this game deserve it. Thank you, man. Make sure to expand it to both sides. Get
Dude,
some
I'm so
interviews.
happy, man.
Thank you,
I
dude.
know I spoke to Creepy. I know you already have like a long list of people, so I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so happy because some people have tried it. I don't know if you know, but Creepy and Pudsey did one called
Yeah. Yeah.
Foxcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stopped, which I was kind of disappointed. There was a time where I was so happy for Foxhole. Everything was happening. Everything, like, dude, the Summit was playing. Batman
Mm-hmm.
and Larry was growing. There was an update, dude. It was such a good time. It was when the Outlaw and the Bodish got introduced.
Mm-hmm.
That update, that was the best ever for me personally. That's when like everyone was playing. There was so many. I went to the one front, and then like so many people were on that front. It was crazy. And on the enemy side, there was so many enemies on that same front.
Hmm.
Like everyone was playing. That was a really good time for Foxhole. And then I don't know. Then it just I guess it happens. People get bored. People leave.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought the game was going to take off there, especially when Summit was enjoying it that much.
yeah.
But yeah, he liked to do partisan, but then stream sniping. He blamed a lot of the community apparently because
Uh,
they.
yeah. I don't know if
It's like,
the community themselves were the ones stream sniping. I had seen when he was streaming it, but or I don't know if it was just his community stream sniping. I don't know, dude. When you're that big, you're gonna get
yeah,
stream
that's true.
snipers
I don't think it's the
constantly.
Foxhole. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I know. I ran. Dury. Do
Jury.
you know? Yeah, he's a vet. He's got like K hours. He used to stream. He doesn't stream anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
apparently he QRF Summit, but he
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know it was Summit. He's a vet. He
Yeah,
sees a blue dot. He sees a green dot on the map. He's gonna go after it.
yeah, yeah.
So he went. He QRF'd, and then he saw it was Summit because he always alt clicks on the names.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always alt clicks. That's like something that a vet does. But yeah, and then someone was like, "Oh, it's a stream sniper. He said my name or something like that." But it wasn't. I mean, it's tough because I was really excited when
Mm-hmm.
someone was playing. But yeah, I just want this game to like grow
Same.
because it's really interesting. It's
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 unique.
nice to have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of its kind, and I think it does a lot of things right. I think it just going back to what we were saying before, right? Like dev involvement and like working on ways to dev involvement in terms of like community growth. Um, they're doing it the monetary way of just like we're gonna pay big streamers to do it, and it makes sense because it
Oh
works.
yeah.
So, but you gotta make a game that like will have those like repeat players continuing to play, week war after war, pretty much. I mean, that's the main thing. um Godly Force was also saying make sure to
True.
expand it to both sides so that we get interviews with wardens. Just so you know, I'm like, yeah, dude, I totally get it. I had asked a few warden content creators if they'd want to hop on. Still searching, actually I just realized I don't know too many warden. I don't know too many aside from Booty Goblin, and I guess like Cronus kind of because like he was warden recently, but like I don't consider him like a warden content creator. He's both sides, or
mm.
maybe leaning more towards Kali, but I don't know anyone that's like a warden Foxhole content creator. Do you?
Um. I knew if the damage. He's recently
Yeah.
become colonial, but
Okay,
he
maybe
used to
because
be
he's
warden
okay.
because
Yeah,
he
the
was in the
damage.
27 for a long time.
Okay.
I know a few actually. I'm really interested in communities. Like before I started doing Foxhole stuff, I was in the Rust community.
Mm-hmm.
I still have contact. I still speak to some of them now and then. I go into their streams and speak. So yeah, there's Big BL, but the thing is, I don't know. They've stopped streaming a lot of these people because obviously, I don't think I think Cronus um does streaming full time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of Foxhole streamers that do full time streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's possible yet. I understand, like Katie.
KT. No,
Katie. No, you don't know Katie?
I
Well,
don't.
she sometimes is with the WLL
Oh
on
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cronus.
I met her.
She
Yeah, in
does.
game. Mm-hmm.
I love watching her. I'm really happy that she plays Foxhole. I don't like that she uses side accounts to control. I'm against that. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I know, and personally I really like them. I just don't like that part. But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. But she likes to play Foxhole, but then she would get more viewers when she plays Dark and Darker. So
Oh my
I
god, dude.
understand why she doesn't play Foxhole as much anymore. She's doing only Dark and Darker because it gets more content, gets
That's
more
so
viewers.
funny.
At the end of the day,
She's the
you
opposite of
need.
me. I was trying to stretch into the Dark and Darker community for a time, and like I would do like a video of Foxhole, video of Dark and Darker, and like try to stream it, and I couldn't break in. If anything, I
Oh
think
snap!
I had too many people, dude. it's so funny seeing a difference because like I'll have people who like recognize some of the sound bites that I use or like the memes and just sound. They're like, dude, you're like the Foxhole version of Stimpy. Whereas if I do that in a
Yes.
dark and darker community, dude, they're just like, you're just a fucking Stimpy clone, dude. Like stop doing
Oh
this
my
stuff.
word.
I'm like,
Mm.
guys, these are just like memes that everyone uses. I can't use the fucking
Yeah.
like I can't use the fucking Mongol chat thing. Like other YouTubers do that. Like it's not just Stimpy, dude.
True.
Like I fucking use Jippy music because I like the music,
That's
but
that Mongol chanter, bro.
yeah, but
That I saw a recent video. I'm like, wait, I think I've heard this.
yeah,
Like, I'm sure he watches Stimpy. And
yeah,
then you confirmed it today. But it's nice. There's a lot of influence from other creators. Obviously, another thing. I watch a lot of Mr. Beast and what he says and things like that.
yeah.
With especially with the cutting.
Hmm?
That's why I don't show a lot of gameplay. I show a lot of just I cut to to meme. But also I don't know a lot of I know my analytics. I don't know other people's analytics, right?
Hmm?
That's a bit tough. That's why it's nice to have a streamer or YouTuber friend because you can discuss these things. When you're
Yeah,
alone, you can't. You have no idea like is this good or is this bad?
yeah.
So I normally discuss a lot of stuff with Creepy. We normally share ideas.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's nice. It's nice
I
to
need to do that.
see.
I don't have anyone to really like springboard ideas from. I'll kind of like look at what other people are talking about and uploading and kind of see how that goes and kind of like gauge interest there. But I don't really like I don't know if like copy is the right word I would say. I guess I don't really get influenced by like that. I just yeah, I kind of just see like how they're doing and where they're trending and then see what's going on with me. Like I don't know if you want to like talk about it publicly or whatnot, but like for me recently, like I've seen a dip, but that's because I think when the video that's gotten the most traction was that counterattack video where we did a naval invasion in Victa. I think around that time is when the naval update got announced, so there was a lot of attention and
Yeah,
traction.
there was.
So like that month in November was huge. Like subs was an all-time high, views all-time high, everything was high. And then December too because it was still riding that high. And then January just plummeted because
No, you're right.
people stopped caring.
I saw it too. Yeah, one of
Yeah.
my videos that my most recent video at that time was it wasn't doing good it was doing normal.
Mhm.
And then when the update came out, or just a bit afterwards, because of all that traction, that video just got suggested. And then that was my most viewed video. And I was like, out of nowhere, what the hell?
Yeah.
And right now it is at a low
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, that's why I'm saying we need the devs just to like continue,
Yeah.
I don't know, continue the hype or continue that's what I see a lot. I see a big, like a wave, an update, and then it just dies off. It's waves,
Yep.
like high, and then it just dies off. I wish it like continued. Obviously, there's dips here and there, but
Yeah.
not such low dips, man. Like when there's an update, there's so much traction.
I was well, I mean there's a couple things with that too, right? Like first, I think that's normal with like this is general with content creation and being a YouTuber or like Twitch streamer. Like you're gonna have more so YouTube though, but like it growth is not linear and it's always gonna be like peaks and valleys. Sometimes those peaks are gonna be like really insane, and those valleys could be really long. But as long as you stay consistent, you keep to your upload schedule, and you try to improve each video one after the other, like you'll come out of it. It can be discouraging when you like go months and you don't see the same like growth you used to see, but that goes into the second thing of like I looked at where I'm currently at and like the views or growth that I'm seeing now versus what I saw just before November, like before that spike, and it's in line. It's still the same thing. So it's not like you got to keep that in mind, right? Like yes, it's down from when it was at high, but if you look at your history before that and where you're at now, if it's still in line, you're doing everything right. You just got to keep pushing through it. So
True, yeah. For me, yeah, no, I'm very. If I see something's not going well, and I get demoralized very quickly.
yeah,
Sometimes I need more discipline.
Yeah.
I need discipline and like consistency.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I really lack on. Sometimes I just don't feel it. I just like, yeah, I need
Life gets in the way.
consistency and I need, not really. I have time to make the videos. I just don't put in, I just don't feel in the right mood, and I'm scared that the video won't come out well
Yeah.
because I'm not in that creative mood. But I think that's just my mind being lazy. Because as soon as I start editing,
Mhm.
I'm like, what the hell, man? Of course I'm in the mood. I'm like, why wasn't I editing?
Yeah.
But I think I need to continue editing, and then it just picks up. I don't know. I think
What
maybe this, seeing you guys make content as well influences me to make.
I think it's all about that consistent. Like once you build that repertoire of um your your upload schedule and like when you do editing and stuff like that. Like I always like do my recording during my streaming like Thursday to Sunday, and then I edit like this because it's a podcast form. It's typically easier to edit than my other videos. It gets done like the same day. So Sunday I'll be done with this and have it ready to upload tomorrow. Um, but like my Friday videos, once I've gotten the footage for that, like I'll do a little bit of editing on Monday just to like, you know, get that process started because that's typically the hardest hurdle of like just starting it. And as long as I do something on Monday, it doesn't have to be a lot. That's enough. And then Tuesday's the heavy lifting, or Wednesday's the heavy lifting, and by Thursday it's done. I just gotta like do the thumbnail and whatnot and have it ready to go for Friday. But I I used to, maybe it's just like me personally, but like it used to work like that for me when I would go to the gym. Like the start would suck so bad, but then after like a week of just doing it, going at the same time after like work or something like that, I would just like get into that mindset, and like it just made life so much easier moving forward. Of like I'm gonna just keep doing it, and it's like a part of my routine.
True. Yeah. To be honest, um, I did have I did have a routine back in November,
Mm-hmm.
but then I stopped. There was a time when I was streaming, my viewers was actually doing well, and then I had facial paralysis from a flu, something so simple,
Oh wow.
and then that kind of stopped the whole process. And I'm still like, now I have to start it all up again, which kind
Mm-hmm.
of sucks. But yeah, ups and downs, I guess. But you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you just need to keep with the schedule, but always
Mm-hmm.
improve. You can't just. I think you can't just be like happy. You can't be happy with. It's not being happy with what you've done. You have to be happy with what you do, but you have to be like, no, I can do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I see a lot of people sometimes they just post footage with a song over it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next video that they do again footage with a song over it. Like you need to keep improving all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's yeah that's if anyone wants to do YouTube, then that's it. Which is kind of funny because I'm saying that, but then I don't have that many subscribers yet.
Hey man, me neither. I'm small. It's a
Hey,
process, right?
at least you're getting monetized. I'm still not monetized on YouTube. I'm so close, but it's so dumb because if I had done this video, if I had already posted another video, I would have been monetized by now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a little bit I guess I need more motivation. No, I need to be more. What was it? Consistent.
Consistent.
Be more.
Yeah. Well,
You're
these
pretty
are things that
consistent.
are these are things that are like controllable for me. Like I think my biggest, I don't know if fear is the right word. We'll use it though, is like not being able to control growth, but like you can't do it. You have to be able to control. Well, you have things that you can control and things you can't control. Growth is not something you can control, but your uploads is, and they do have an effect on your growth. Even if one video only led to one sub, that's one more than you had, yesterday. Um,
True. No, it's true.
but yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like I think there are different ideas of what like specifically talking about like Foxhole content creation, right? Like there's different ideas of what that looks like. Everyone does things differently. Some people just do like the montages where they put music over whatever they're doing, and that's it. And I mean, that's it, right? Like that's purely what they want to do. Me personally, I don't know. I don't know if you feel differently, but like, I don't think I see myself as like a 100% just Foxhole YouTuber. I think that's the game I'm playing right now. That's the thing that I want to like focus on. You need to be consistent in a game to build a community, and then from there you can kind of grow. But if you just keep jumping around, it's going to be very hard to do that. So
Yeah, I
it's
agree 100%.
but at
Yeah.
some point, I mean, I know it's gonna happen. I just don't know when. I'm probably gonna be like, hey guys, this is my last like Foxhole video for a while. I'm gonna be doing this instead. I'm gonna be playing this game. I hope you guys stick with me and watch my shit and it's enjoyable for you. If not, I totally understand, and I hope to see you guys if I ever come back to the game. But yeah, it's not it's not good to pigeonhole yourself. You gotta grow and expand and try new things. But I mean, if people just want to stay within Foxhole for the entirety of their YouTube career, if they want to call it that, or just like as a hobby, like just YouTube Foxhole, that's totally fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not who I think I am as a content creator.
Yeah, no, true. I'm sure you have plans in your head of all the other things that you can do. I also have a lot of plans.
Yeah.
This is just, I feel like Foxhole, um, like I said, unless it blows up, I think Foxhole's a stepping stone for me
Hmm.
personally. I remember, I don't know if you remember, did you say you played Rust, so you probably know a lot of Rust content creators, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So there was this. What's his name? Aqua
Yeah. Aqua
FPS.
FPS. Hmm.
Yeah. I was so sad that he's never played Rust again. Although I
Hmm.
don't play Rust anymore, but at the time he stopped playing Rust and he jumped over to.
Tarkov,
I
right?
guess he does. Yeah, Tarkov. He's more of a Tarkov guy now in his videos. Yeah, yeah. But like, I didn't follow him to Tarkov, but I see him. He grew.
Hmm.
He's still growing. He especially on Twitch.
Yep.
He has more views on Tarkov than he had on Rust. So I'm happy for him. It
Yeah.
worked out. That's hey. Like I don't watch him anymore
Hmm.
because I used to prefer his Rust content. But hey, I'm happy that he succeeded.
Yeah. It's the same for me with like, I know General Sam was doing like a series of Rust videos and then he stopped doing it and he does whatever he wants now. And I'm like, oh damn, I want him to come back because that shit was so funny. But like, I'm still subbed him and I'll watch a video if it's interesting. It's just yeah, I it's hard to do variety stream when you're so small, but when you're that big, you could easily do it. Like Aqua could do it if he wanted to, but he's happy doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing, right? Like you don't know if you'll continue to grow or not until you at least try it. But I think there is actually a method to the madness when it comes to like when you do that jump. And I just feel like, me personally, I'm not there yet. Maybe I don't even want to put like an arbitrary number on it. When I feel like things are good and there's consistency, that's when a jump makes sense. But like with viewership specifically, once that's consistent, like I think that's when it would make sense to do a jump. But yeah.
Yeah, true. So I agree. Plan,
Um,
yeah. Unless Foxhole like blows up, maybe
yeah.
I'll stay.
Yep, totally.
But yeah. Sorry,
No, you
again.
were saying?
No, I still have like some plans of videos that I still want to do. There's a lot of videos that I want to do for Foxhole that might help,
Oh
especially
yeah.
with tutorials. I mean, people already made tutorials, but I think it's good having a lot of tutorials, so people have a lot of different videos that they can watch,
Hmm.
different opinions. So I have a few videos still planned, like building a bunker, things that you see in game
Hmm.
that you think a video could help.
Yeah.
Small things like that. Sometimes people jump onto Foxhole and they don't know what to do. They
Hmm.
have no goal. They go to the front, they shoot some people, but like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just shooting. Sometimes if you just show them, like creepy's very, he's against the meta. Like sometimes he brings the AC out or he brings the tankette,
Hmm.
and then some people watch that video and then they get an idea to do something, and then that's what I hope us as content creators do. Is
Right.
just show motivate people to come back and play. Sometimes they see a video of ours like, oh shit, I want to go try that, so they jump back onto Foxhole that they haven't played in forever.
Yeah, I think
And
with the updates that
yeah,
definitely helps, right?
true. Yeah. See, that's the thing. They're like, people come back to the update because they want to try the new thing, but there's so many things that they can do that they haven't done in Foxhole.
Mm-hmm.
And if they just see us doing it, then they can, it'll motivate them to try it. Which is brings me back to another topic, which is when I did that um Bayonet tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just trying to add more community stuff so we could, just grow and meet each other.
Yeah.
Like I had seen your videos, but I hadn't. Oh, just give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. All good. All right, chat. It's my turn to take over now, guys. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope we've been entertaining for you. We're gonna keep answering your questions here. Couple updates on my end, right? This is gonna go live on the YouTube channel and Spotify tomorrow. So if you missed parts of it or whatnot, you can catch the full thing tomorrow morning. But I've been enjoying this. I'm sure you guys have as well, and I think we have plenty of more questions to answer here. You guys are really filling up the chat. I'm like still scrolling up here. God damn. Lads, let's pull up Foxhole stat. Let's see what's going on right now. Let's see how the war is going. All right, so we got Westgate. We lost what is this? Lord's Mouth? Fuck, dude. How did we lose Lord's Mouth?
Yo, sorry, I'm back.
No, you're good, man. I was just checking Foxhole stats. Yeah, we lost Lord's Mouth. That sucks.
Yeah, we were yesterday. It's always sad to see that, but hey.
Yeah.
I used to when I first started, that was the most fun I had on Foxhole. I remember I spent 48 hours. I didn't go to sleep because I didn't want to lose the one town.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I go to sleep, we're going to lose this town. And I stayed fighting. Now I don't do that, obviously, because I understand wars come and go, people
Yeah.
come and go. But yeah.
It doesn't mean much. I mean, yeah, you win, you get the bragging rights, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I guess your first war is always the most memorable or something.
Yeah, totally. Let's see. Let's get down to the next question. Graph was saying at this point, Moy Dog's video is also old enough that he expects people to double check. Yep, it's your opinion. Or, oh, that was a separate question. It is your opinion. I play with my buddy. We're only two, and sometime we get overwhelmed at how much action there is at times. Yeah, and you were talking about this a little bit, man. Like, people get overwhelmed with the choices and things you can do. I don't know. I kind of get into a spot where I'm like almost confused when they're like, how do I have an impact on the war? Like, what am I doing wrong? Why, like, I keep dying or whatever. Like, how can I help shape this front for the team? And I'm like, I mean, have you tried Logi, or have you tried, helping out with like the base building? You don't have to like build a base itself, but like just if you see somebody building a base, like offer to help with that, or like bring components for concrete. Like, there's so many things you could do that any little effort you put in is still effort enough for your side. It doesn't matter. You don't have to take over an entire town, because it's a long form game. It's not Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed because I'm like, I can't do anything to help. I'm like, you know what? Let me just use. That's why sometimes I'm like, okay, let me just do a little project. So this war, I did an HV40 facility, which is still going. The other war, I did like a resource field.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to like just do a little project. That's what I. That's what I wanted to do for one video is try what's the name? Try give people ideas of how they can contribute to the war.
Yep.
Because sometimes you just don't know. Like you said, you feel overwhelmed and you don't know how you can help. But
Hmm.
yeah, you do a small little thing like that, like making an M sub farm somewhere. I always try to do that. I always try to do stuff for the public.
Hmm.
Sometimes people, I don't like when they just do private stuff. When they're only making tanks for themselves, stuff like that. I don't know. I think it hurts your own faction.
Yeah. Yeah, if people are talking about like you need to share access to facilities, then you gotta make an effort to make it public.
Oh man, that's another thing. Like the one, like it feels like if you don't build a facility, you can't play with the toys
Yep.
anymore.
Yep.
Because me and Creepy, we had a tankette. So the tankette is the 12.7,
Yeah.
and we wanted to upgrade it to a 30 mil, and we had no idea where we could do this. So we used the in-game tools that we have because that's the only thing you have, right?
Yeah.
So we looked at the one facility, and then we saw that facility had enough materials to upgrade the tankette. We went there, we parked tankette, went and we clicked on the tankette 30
Oh
mil,
no.
and then it changed it, it
Yeah.
does that thing, but it had no power. So now
Yep.
there's our tankette stuff. I don't know why it does that. That's another
Yeah.
quality of
Fuck
life
that.
that if there's no power, don't change my tankette. Just say not enough power. And
Yeah.
then I don't know why it changes the tankette
And then it's
and
fucked,
then
dude.
keeps it stuck there. Yes, I don't know why
Yeah.
they do that. There's actually there's a now I'm thinking of some more quality of life things that they could do.
Yeah,
That's one
remember
of
when I
them.
said let's keep it a 3? And I think we've covered like at least a
Yeah.
dozen different quality of
It's
life
quite
things
a
throughout
few.
this
Like
podcast.
the another so yeah, oh, and then that clan that had that tank pad, they had enough materials for like 20 tankettes. They didn't want to upgrade that tank for us.
Oh, rip.
They Yeah, I still remember the name to this day. I won't say the name, but yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna remember you guys forever. You know what
uh,
they ended up doing? We're like, okay, now what about our tankette? It's stuck there. Can't you just upgrade, do us a little favor and just upgrade it? They're like, no, this is a private facility. They ended up giving us arm mats for the tankette. They even gave us more arm mats than the tankette cost. I was like, really? You're gonna give us the arm mats, but you won't upgrade our tankette? That's why I think it's so tough to do community, like to
yeah.
build, to have a fluid working unit in on one side. It's tough. That's where I think Anvil. Have you got into the dev tests
I have
for
access,
Anvil?
but I haven't
Do you have
tried it
access?
yet because I don't know, I'm just like not interested in only putting 3 days worth
Yeah,
of work, you know?
it's not really fun right now. It's
Yeah.
still buggy and a lot of stuff to fix. But I do like the system that they have to play. Like you join the village. Because right now, if you want to do some of the facility stuff, Foxhole, you have to join a clan and you have to do all that work and you have to speak to the clan on Discord, right? You have to see what's the plan, where you guys building, blah blah blah. On Anvil, you don't have to do any of that. You join a settlement, and then you see what the settlement has, and you can just gather for the settlement, and you bring all those resources back. You didn't even have to say one word because you can see what that settlement needs. You can just grab berries, you can just grab this, you can choose your own
Yep.
role within that settlement. I think Anvil fixes a lot of those issues that Foxhole has, where they want us all to play together. Foxhole, it's tough to do that. In Anvil, I think it's perfect. I think they've solved that issue in Anvil.
Yeah. That's the other reason why I'm super excited to try it and again maybe pivot more towards that versus Foxhole because it's it seems like it's got systems and an engine that all speak and work together nicely. Unreal Engine is not working well with like the vision of Foxhole at its scale. Like I don't know, it's just
True.
not there. But yeah, no, I mean that's good here, and I also hear that like the grind in Anvil, even though it's more grindy than Foxhole, it's more enjoyable. It's more engaging.
I don't know. I haven't really, I haven't gathered that much yet. I was just
Yeah,
learning stuff, but I guess it is like fishing and killing animals is more. I guess it's better than just driving a truck around, right?
just hitting left
Foxhole,
click on a fucking
Logi,
lot.
and just
Yeah,
yeah, just clicking left. You have to actually look for the resources, or no, actually no, they spawn at a specific. I guess the hunting the animals is more fun, right? Hunting animals, fishing, yeah. more
Especially when they
enjoyable
attack
than
you
just
back.
yep.
Yep.
And the growth, just seeing the growth, right? The growth of the settlement.
Yeah.
It goes from small and then it gets bigger and then more people join. Yeah. In Foxhole, you kind of don't see that growth sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you don't. Hmm. Graph, I would like to see, or wait a second. I would also like to get more signals from the devs, just some news, what they're working on and what their concepts are currently, and I hope they will not just add the frigate and Kali sub. If that is all, I would be so disappointed. We just need so many quality of life and other stuff to play with. Yep, we were just talking about some more quality of life stuff. Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. They just got a massive update of just quality of life stuff. And the community would love that. The community would love that. I don't think any person would say, wow, well, okay, you'll have some people who are like, damn, there's nothing new, no new toys, whatever.
Yeah,
But like,
oh yeah, you can't
bro,
please everyone.
yeah, you can't
Right.
please everyone, and like this is something that actually helps the longevity of the game in terms of support if you're fixing issues or bugs instead of just adding new things that have bugs in them. So
True,
yeah.
true. Yeah, there's like little, like small little things that they could change
Mm,
that they just, I guess maybe they've overlooked.
yeah, yeah. Robert has two questions, both for E-Man. Do you have any favorite moments from Foxhole? Also, if there was one thing you could change, you could change, and you can only pick one thing about the game, what would you change?
All right, so favorite moments, I guess, probably when all the creators were fighting in the same spots. That was really fun to see. You could see like all the perspectives, and just it was just you just felt the energy in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just felt fun, and there was so many tanks everywhere. It was just that was an awesome time. I remember it was in Umbral Wildwood. That's where I had built the storm cannon. That's when I started playing with Creepy, and like there was so many tankers there. It was insane, man. That was a really good moment. All
Mm-hmm.
the tank fights and we're fighting over the same spot. And then another memory, I guess, first time I ever played Foxhole, where I built my own little base, and then I just copied another base, and we were holding a bridge, and then I didn't know what the hell I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put mines down, and then the friendlies drove over the mines, and they're like, "Who put mines here?" I'm like, "No, sorry, this place is on lockdown." But it's funny because I was a noob. I had no idea what I was doing, but I
Yep.
thought I knew what I was doing. And then I was just protecting this one little place like it was the most important place ever. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It was in Lockheed, if anyone is wondering. Back when it wasn't updated, the islands were smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Lockheed. We blew both the bridges and we wouldn't let anyone cross. And it's funny because sometimes I run into new players and they're like so strict. I'm like, dude, I'm a high rank. I know what I'm talking about. But they're like, no, 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 no one's getting over this bridge.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was me when I played in Lockheed. I wouldn't let. Oh, I just didn't want. I was like, no, you can't cross the bridge. The bridge is down. That's orders from like. I was like pretending that it was orders from the high rank or
Mm-hmm.
shit.
And then what would be something you would change if you could change something?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not. I don't think I'm a good person. I I don't know, man. I'm not the best person for that. I would just add some quality of life stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or what I was saying with the devs, speaking out more, just posting more,
Yep.
or what they're doing. Even if they had if they had like a social media accounts and we could follow them, that would be fun
Yeah.
to see.
Just
You
just
know,
small updates. They don't need to be anything major. And like
yeah, they
you
don't
and
even
Graph were
that
saying, just pictures and
like
stuff.
yeah, they could even post something now saying, "Hey, there's an update in a week," or "Hey, we're prolonging the war," or "Hey, we're working on this update," or "What do you guys? Oh, there's an anniversary, Foxhole anniversary," or I don't know. It was International Women's Day. Maybe they could have posted a picture. I don't know, just something that shows that they are active.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Um, see. Graph was saying, since the game is now feature complete, what is the list of mechanics they should revisit, and what is most urgent? We kind of talked at length about like things we'd want to see.
Medics.
Medics.
I would love to. Oh, okay. I wouldn't change, but I would love to see them rework the medics.
Rework the
Because
mechanics for them.
Dude, have you seen the hospital in one of the main towns? There's like 50 slots. I've never seen that full or anyone use the hospitals in the cities.
Yeah.
I would love it if you could take those shirts back to those hospitals, or take the bodies back to those hospitals. Or imagine, I've said it before, I know this wouldn't work as well, but imagine you had to stretcher people to the hospital to get them back up. Like you needed 2 people to carry a wounded guy on a stretcher and take him to the medical tent, and then he got back up or something. That would be funny.
I personally, I don't know what else I could say besides what's already been said in terms of focuses, because everything between like bayonet auto equip or like bayonet like staying equipped after you put it away, that's my
bayonet, hey?
Dude, that's my bread and butter, dude. When you did that bayonet tournament, I think it awoke something in me, and I was like, fuck me, why don't I use this more? I mean, I'd used it before. It's just I think I was always like an SMG type guy. Like I'd use the Lion Claw or Dusk or Katara, but yeah, no, bayonet is my go-to every time now. Yeah,
I
don't
did the
know what else.
bayonet because it I know Padsy did the tournament. That's the thing. I saw Padsy's tournament, and that like also it awoke something. I'm like, oh, I wish I had so many ideas just started fucking coming into my mind of tournaments. So that's where I first. Do you remember Padsy's tournament? He did like he did a tournament, but it was guns. But that's tough especially when you go collie versus collie. How do you aim? That was very tough to aim. So I thought, what's easier to aim at each other? And I said, a bayonet. That's you just left click, kill. So yeah, that's why I did the bayonet. But the idea came from Pudsey.
Okay.
It inspired me. Yeah, which I'm kind of sad Pudsey's not doing any more Foxhole content.
Pudsey was the only He was the only other Warden content creator. I was like, oh, I should like reach out to him. But like
you can still reach out to him. He'll gladly join.
Yeah.
Because he'll do stuff. He'll do community stuff. He just doesn't want to play the game again.
I see. Yeah, I agree, guys. I want to get more Wardens on, but I haven't reached out to him yet, but he's gonna.
Okay. He loves community stuff. He woke up at 6 a.m. to do the bayonet tournament.
Yeah.
He's really into me, which I'm pretty happy. I see him as the biggest Foxhole content creator. Or YouTuber, I think
he is, right? Isn't he? He's got like
on YouTube he is. Yeah. But then if you say, oh, but then there's Moy Dog. But I don't see Moy Dog.
He does squad.
Foxhole. Yeah, exactly. So I think I saw Bear, and then it's Creepy Banana, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, I think that's the goal. If you are Foxhole YouTuber, that's the goal you should set for yourself. Their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I normally look to. I see what like Creepy reaches.
Yeah.
That's what I try to compare and like where I can improve.
I feel like if I do that too much, I would lose my mind, and also I don't know, like going back to the whole like growth thing, I would just be deterred.
Oh, true. No, true. Like it's tough. You have to like think, you should like not compare yourself, but you should have like it's tough. It's tough.
It's a good thing to have like a healthy sense of competition where
you
wanna improve if you see like your like peers.
Yeah, true. That's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, my goal would be be full-time content creator.
That's the dream. One day. First you gotta do years of not making any money, and then eventually you'll get there.
True. That's why I said it's tough. I don't know many Foxhole content creators that do this full time.
I don't think you can.
They always end up. Yeah,
at least right now.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless if you got like a really dedicated fan base that's willing to like give you money on Patreon or something like that for content that's a day early or extra content or something like that. I don't know.
True. But hey, that's why I'm excited. Things like this just helps grow the community. Because I don't know if you saw Rust, but there's a lot of people that watch Rust but don't play Rust.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's also very good. Because I don't think Foxhole can grow too much. Because then you just have to open up multiple shards, and then there's issues with that.
Yep.
So people that watch Foxhole but don't play it, that would be really good for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dream.
Totally.
I spoke. Oh, sorry. Just one
Oh,
more thing. I
yeah,
spoke
go
to
for it.
Creepy, and he got a comment where the guy was like, "Oh, I don't even play Foxhole, but I love watching your videos." And then he told me about that, and then we're like, "Hell yeah, that was our goal."
There's definitely got to be some people who like they want to buy it, they just haven't gotten it yet, so they're just like
True.
living
No, yeah.
vicariously through the videos.
Don't you get some people sometimes in your chat in
Yeah.
Twitch
Yep.
on?
I've had
Yeah,
I've had people on
I've
Twitch or
seen
on
a
YouTube say
few.
that.
They're like, "Oh, I want to get this game." I'm all that excited. I'm like, "Oh snap! People still want to play this game."
The ones that make me proud are the ones that are like, you're the reason why I bought Foxhole.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's nice.
I'm like, oh wow. See, that's what I'm saying, devs. Like the smaller, content creators, they can still provide some worth there. Oh Lord, that's you right now. He's just watching right now, but thinking about buying it. Hell yeah, dude.
Nice.
um,
Well, when it's on sale,
yeah,
definitely
dude,
get it or
definitely get it on
not.
sale
And
if
there's
you
an
can't
update
wait.
coming soon,
Yeah.
so
Let's keep going on because there's still a good amount of questions here. E-Man, rate the tech tree this war 1 through 10. Was that while I was gone?
yeah, that was all you know.
Gotcha.
We discussed that. Kind of weird.
Tech tree's a solid 3 out of 10. Oh man. All right, let's keep going down. Keep going down. Yep, we read graphs. Oh, maybe we are catching up. Okay. A lot of people saying Kali vets are quitting and Warrens mainly outpop because of vets. Don't know about that. So here's something that I think. I think that vets are the lifeblood of Foxhole because they are the players that keep coming back war after war. And it's not necessarily like new players. And I'm just using myself as like a guide for that. It's total opinion. I don't think it's like based off of fact or anything, but like when I first got Foxhole, I tried it and like didn't touch it again after like years. So I think you've got a lot of players who've bought the game, they try it for maybe a war and then they give up. But like the veterans that have stuck through and continue to keep playing, I mean, they're the ones that are keeping the game alive. Yes, some of them will like stop playing or they'll take breaks. But then they eventually come back, whether it's like one war, like they'll take a break and come back after the other one, or a couple wars. And I think that they are a faction within the game that still needs to be like, like you can meme about it, but like I would not diss veterans. I wouldn't like disregard anything that they'd have to say. I mean, they do have the experience, but like, they are the reason why we have a game that we can play. Because if it was just people who didn't know what the fuck was going on and they were frustrated and stopped playing, the game would be dead. But they're all very passionate, so I gotta give them creds and appreciation for that. What do you think about that, E-Man?
No, you're right, 100%. I think it's a mix, right? You need that mix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, you need the new players to just hold the front while you go to bed or something.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a front with just vets, and normally that front, you just win.
Yep.
You win. I've been on a front, and it's just vets, and I remember the Wardens were pushing us, and we just pushed them out, and I couldn't believe how many vets there were.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's important. We might joke around with the salty vet and stuff like that, but I personally think sometimes it's a mix.
Oh yeah.
The vets kind of keep it. I like to meme, but I also like to the winning, the seriousness. Some like the serious battles. I don't know. I don't want to win because the enemy were just trolling and driving their vehicles into us. I want to. I want to. I want to. You want to feel good when you kill a tank because you outplayed them or you played well. So it's not always just having a good time and being and doing memes and stuff like that. So, no, I think it's a mix. It's a mix, just like in everything. It's like in everything. But yeah, vets are important. They're the ones that build. They're the ones that go get the logi when it's important. They know where. They're the ones that go in QRF.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely, yeah. If there was no vets, then yeah, it would definitely be a bit one-sided to whoever had the more vets.
Totally. Yeah. And Graph was saying content creator is such a stretchable word. We have a YouTube channel as well. Yeah, I think for me, like I personally view a content creator as somebody who does some sort of activity, right? Like either you're streaming or uploading a video at least once, something on a weekly basis, maybe most every other week. Like you've got one thing going on. The definition is going to be different from everyone. Some people would say as long as you've done like one video and it's on your YouTube channel, you're a content creator. I think there's like a difference in terms of like hobbyist versus like person who's like really leaning into it and like that degree too of like a hobbyist. Maybe you're just somebody who posts once a month, which totally fine. I know Creepy also, he posts like very like I don't want to say like seldom, but if, you know, he does one video maybe a month or like every other month, something like that, right? He doesn't do it like every week like I do or some other people.
Yeah, I
You
do
as
it
well,
like every
man.
3 months.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But
But
you
I'm
stream
kind
pretty
of,
often, right? Like you do it maybe once every week or every other week.
yeah. I was trying, like I said, in November.
Mm-hmm.
I was streaming every day and then stopped.
There's
But yeah,
see
because then
yeah.
and I'm just thinking, oh, why am I streaming? I could be editing. You know, it also depends on the schedule. But yeah, no, it's depends, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
don't
just need
think
a better
that
schedule, I guess.
I don't think it's fair. Well, not fair. I don't think it's possible if you're editing your videos to also stream every day without some sort of like negative consequence affecting the other, right? Like there's always a give and take, and that's why I have like my stream schedule versus uploads or editing schedule. Like I edit the days I'm not streaming, and the streaming is when I collect the content, so I can like
Oh, okay,
sort
yeah,
of like double dip. Um, or like if it's like a part, if it's an op where like I don't want any sort of like opsec issue, then I just don't stream that day and say, hey guys, sorry, this is like not a day I'm gonna stream.
but you record that
But I'll
then,
record
hey?
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah, I used to. I don't think I. Sometimes I do the boring stuff off stream,
mhm,
collecting materials and building.
yep.
But right now, yeah, I don't. I try to stream when I play. I
Yep.
don't play without streaming because then that's content, you know. If you're playing, might as
Dude,
well.
I
But
had that
like I said,
happen. Oh my god. I those are the worst when like you're just playing Foxhole and you're not recording or anything and something cool happens and I'm like, fuck me, dude. I just wasted all this. I missed it.
yep,
But hey, at least it's a good memory.
100%. True, yeah. I guess now, yeah, now we know. Now I used to record because I never used to stream as much. But I used to record,
Mhm.
and then you just end up with a whole bunch of footage, too much footage.
Mhm.
So now with the streaming, at least I don't know how you do it, but since I don't upload a lot of my since I don't upload a lot of gameplay,
Mhm.
what I do is I just go back in the stream and with OBS I just record over. Do you download your stream? Because I've
Um
tried downloading and it takes forever.
I
I don't
do
know.
stream and recording at the same time.
Oh, you do both?
Yeah.
Does your recordings record? Doesn't it record the overlays?
No. There's a plugin for OBS that removes the overlay. So like my face cam is off and
Oh
all that
snap! You
stuff is
gotta
off
send me
too.
that
Yeah,
plugin. You gotta
I'll
send me a
send you the
message
YouTube video.
afterwards, please.
Yeah, I mean, I used
That
to
would
use
be so
Streamlabs,
great.
and that was even easier because it was all built in. But you just download a plugin and you're
Ooh,
good.
all right. I had no idea about that. Nice.
Yeah, I
That would
like,
be
and that's
much.
why I like Streamlabs more because you can actually set it in the sources, whether it's visible for both your stream and recording or just the stream. And I'm like, I can't do that here in OBS, but no, you just got to get get a plugin and like set it up in the settings, and you're good to go.
All right. I thought, yeah, because I remember once I was so I normally I don't stream and record at the same time because I thought it was very intensive on your PC. But the
Mm-hmm.
one day I clicked the record button by accident and I was streaming, and then afterwards I was like, huh? I was streaming and recording? I
Yeah.
didn't even notice. So it's actually not that you don't need a beefy PC. I thought you needed a really beefy PC.
No, no, it's pretty good. As long as your settings are set up right, I think that's the main thing. Because I think there was one time where I was trying to record in 120 FPS, but I was streaming in 60. That fucked
Oh,
the
okay.
quality up so bad, dude. It was stuttery. It was so shit. But
Oh man, yeah, that's another thing. When you first start, you have no idea the settings, and you just learn.
yeah.
You watch so many videos, but yeah, I've gone through a lot of settings. At times, I used to write down all the settings, but now after a while, you just you
Mm-hmm.
already know the settings. Sometimes I'm scared that I forget. Like
Mm-hmm.
if once OBS reset and I had to do everything all again, I was like, shit, man, this is all different now. But yeah, no, it comes back. That's another interesting aspect, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. We are finally at the last question. Everything else was just comments or things we already got to. So, again, thank you all so much for uploading and or putting your comments in the comment section. We love answering and getting to talk with the audience and hear your guys' perspective on things too. So, uh, great job, you guys. Thank you for making the Gremlin Gazette not just us two talking, and we can get the audience in on this as well. But Mac is the last comment or question we're getting to. So he thinks that Charlie should come back in every war update. It's always fun to teach new players how to play without a lot of veteran players. And I think that's kind of the mentality that the devs have, actually, Mac. You're right about that, because when every update comes, you do have a boost of players. So they need to have that sort of overflow just in case for stability reasons. Um, I think it's also just good for testing, but like they do a dev branch before they even do the update war. So in terms of testing, it's already been tested. It's just, yeah, you have Charlie Shard for new players, but what do you think, E-Man?
I'm not sure. This is a tough question. The Charlie Shard. Like, what do you do with too many players, right? You just
Mm,
open up a new server. I think it's a specific Foxhole issue because in Rust, in other games, CS:GO 5v5, it's one server 5v5, one server 5v5. It's a lot of smaller servers. Foxhole, you need like, the 32 big servers to make the main
mm,
war. I think it's tough. It's very niche, very specific. Rust, you make your own server, you join which server you want.
yep.
And then here you have to choose between two. I don't know. I like playing on the main one. I don't know. It just feels more authentic, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if you're on Charlie, if you kill a tank, how you start thinking, oh, was it because I played well? Was it because the enemy doesn't know what he's doing?
Uh, maybe a little bit of both. I think you still get that in alpha, especially when you have just that is the single shard, because you have new players learning in the real shard, as we put it, right, like the real war. But
Yeah. See, yeah, it's always yeah.
it's the same thing, it's the same thing. It's just, I think with Charlie, you are essentially having a higher percentage of like new players just goofing around and learning, which I think it's good, because it gives them a space to do that and not feel like they're stepping on the toes of people with more experience. But I don't know, man. Like it doesn't make sense to do that for more than one war, and I think it does make sense to do that just for the update war, just to make sure that things run smoothly.
All right, yeah, I see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that. Good. Yeah, for just the update. Yeah,
Hmm.
forever. Yeah, it kind of splits the player base.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Um. Cool, guys. Well, I think that's it. Yep, we are fully caught up, you guys. We are finished with the Q&A section of the podcast. That is the end for episode 3 of the Gremlin Gazette. Before we go, E-Man, again, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and Hope you had a enjoyable experience. You
Nah, it
are
was good.
the first guy across the pond that we got. Robert, you know, it was easy to plan out since he was only like one time zone away from me, but I appreciate the
Oh
flexibility.
yeah, I see. No worries, man. It was a perfect time. It was a perfect time. I don't think it was too bad. Like, wasn't like late at night for me or too early for you.
Yeah, the
No,
timing
but
worked
thanks for
out.
having me. I'm really excited.
Hmm.
It really, since I'm, also content creator, seeing this just adds to the community. I hope you carry on, and I know you're going to carry on because I've heard that you already have a lot of people planned out. So that really excites me knowing that you're going to do that. And I hope it carries on, and I hope you don't get demotivated if some of them don't go too well. I hope you continue doing it, man.
Likewise, dude. Likewise. And again, guys, if you aren't subbed to eMan or follow him on Twitch, his YouTube name is on the screen there, so you can check him out on YouTube and Twitch as well. It's the same name. So give him a follow, give him a sub, you guys. Show him some love. Show him some love.
Thank you.
And then tell him to keep uploading.
Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta upload more often. But like I said, if you just seeing you guys post in these community events makes me want to also gives me motivated to keep posting.
Oh yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks again, eMan. Thank you everyone who tuned in, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.